It took these two teams 75 years to finally come together on the gridiron and go at it. But oh boy, has it been worth the wait. This young rivalry in the Detroit Catholic League has developed into one of the best in the biz. This 34-game series has seen its share of streaks, stars, and legendary leaders. Enter George Porritt. The Eaglets' fearless and Hall of Fame frontman is about to embark on what will be his final Central Division home game.
You're about to witness the very exciting story of a city and its people. It will be an adventure that will open new sights in familiar surroundings. It is a story of a city seeking new horizons in a resolute contest with great challenges. That city is Detroit.
Brother Rice has been the standard in the Central, and their tradition speaks for itself. Replacing a legend isn't always easy, but Coach K has had something to say. His Warriors have taken 4 of the last 5 from the Eaglets, including last year's postseason victory. The clash continues tonight in Orchard Lake in the 35th meeting all-time between these two Catholic League powers. It's Birmingham Brother Rice and Orchard Lake St. Mary's. And it's next on the Preps coverage of the Friday Night Clash, driven by the Woodward Sports Network.
Oh, what a beautiful night in Orchard Lake, Michigan. 72 degrees as we get set for the Friday Night Clash Week 6. My name is Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Orchard Lake St. Mary's, 4-1, hosting Brother Rice, 3-2 on the year. Stick, we've got quite a matchup. Some players are out in this game, but the rivalry remains. Both teams 17 wins in this series. This game means a lot for so many reasons tonight.
Yeah, this is the rubber match. We're going to watch the rubber match live tonight right here on the Prep with Woodward Sports, and I'm so excited with this, mostly because I also have some stake in this game. Joey Radio, who is our sideline reporter, he went to Birmingham Brother Rice. Chad, you and myself went to Orchard Lake St. Mary, so there's a lot of bragging rights on the line tonight, just within the Prep and Woodward Sports. But on the field, that rivalry's been going on a very long time, and these boys look to settle it on the field tonight.
Yeah, it's a rivalry that started in 1987. That's right. It took 75 years before this rivalry started. St. Mary's started football in 1912, but it took till 1987 to get it going. And boy, was it ever worth the wait. Both these teams come in Central Division powerhouses, but they are both coming off of losses. And Stick, you look at players tonight, and we'll look at the impact players, but there's guys that need to make plays tonight with everybody out for both sides.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's always next man up with these programs, and that's what happens when you have a program like they do here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Birmingham Brother Rice. You know, you can rely on the next man up because it's usually they just need a chance to get on the field to show what they got. So, you know, with the injuries and with a couple of the players being out, we're going to get to experience a lot of new things tonight that we don't really have the scouting report on, and that's kind of exciting too.
That's right. So you look at Brother Rice and what they've done under Coach K in his 5th year, and this Brother Rice team was rolling along. They won their first 3, including their opening game against Dakota, a team that we had covered. You look at their impact players and a guy that they're going to rely on tonight with their quarterback out, Hunter Plonky was lost in the short week Sunday in the Boys Bowl against Catholic Central. They're going to rely on that ground game tonight. Brother Rice is going to rely on a familiar name and one of the high-powered stars in Mr. Ray.
Yeah, Nolan Ray is the guy that's going to get the ball early and often, and that's what they need to do, just kind of feed the beast. He's the best player on the team, maybe the best player on the field tonight, and he's got to show it for Brother Rice if he wants to carry them to victory. And then you look at the other side of the ball, Jackson Manelli, kind of a sideline-to-sideline inside linebacker, likes to be all over the field. He makes plays. He's one of those guys that's always around the ball, and you love that out of your inside linebacker.
Yeah, Brother Rice defense, was giving up just 14 points per game, and they were tattered up back on Sunday in the Boys Bowl against CC. You look on the other side for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Hey, look, they've got some guys down as well. They're without their defensive coordinator tonight, and Frank Janos, Aiden Boyle, the left guard Ozog's out, Chubbs Ruckhaber out of this game. St. Mary's has to make some money too. Where do they look?
To me, I'm looking at my big, huge, monstrous tight end that has just been progressively getting better throughout the season, and that, of course, is DC Temple. I mean, last game, 8 receptions, 167 yards, and 2 TDs. If you had him on your high school fantasy team, you were very happy last week. But, I mean, we've seen him go up and over defenders. He's fast, he's quick, he can jump out of the gym, and that's where I'm going to be going. And then you flip to the other side of the ball for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and you have Joe Jonda, two-way starter, kind of an Iron Man throwback type player, the kind of player that Coach Port loves here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. He's the captain, and he's tough, man, just tough.
Sure is. Lots of stars in this game, lots of memories and traditions, and we'll get to those as we go on in the pregame show. It's week 6. It's the Friday night clash. It's George Porritt's final Catholic League Central Division home game. Lots of alumni here. We've got a great one. Brother Rice and St. Mary's. The pregame show rolls along in our Friday night clash from Molesky Field in Orchard Lake. We're back on the Friday night clash presented by Woodward Sports right after this.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Okay, how much time? St. Mary's comes in 4-1. They took it on the chin last week. The Eaglets taking their first loss after winning 4 straight to start the year. They lost to De La Salle 49-25. Meanwhile, Brother Rice also took an L, back-to-back L's. For the boys from Birmingham, they started off hot 3-0. De La Salle got them 21-16. There's no shame in that. Most folks believe De La Salle is the top team in Division II. And then they lost on Sunday in the Boys Bowl 30-7 to Catholic Central, their heated rival. And those are tough, short weeks when you have a Boys Bowl and you come right back stick, and you've got St. Mary's waiting for you on a short week.
Yeah, that's what the Catholic League Central does to you. You don't get a break.
Adam Korzeniewski, the fifth-year head coach for Brother Rice, doing a great job. We got his words on this game and his program before the ball game.
Adam Korzeniewski, head football coach at Brother Rice. Yeah, it was a huge win. Dakota's a phenomenal program. They, have made the playoffs, I think 18 years in a row. I could be off, but it's double digits. And for us to be able to go in there against a MAC Red team that has had that kind of success and get a big win at their field, a lot of confidence coming out of that game. It's disappointing, I think, the performance in the end. I know our kids wanted it. We had a great week of practice, and sometimes it's just hard to explain why you end up executing so poorly. I do think Hunter Plonky, our starting quarterback, going out on the third play, definitely changed what we were willing to call and able to call. I thought the kids, I thought they initially didn't feel like we were up against it a whole lot, but I think as some points mounted, I think some doubt crept in. Yeah, well, one, apparently the media had picked us last in the Central Division, so I think for us there's a little bit of energy there to not have that be the case. And you're still talking about a rival within the Central Division, a respected program who's very tough, and we've had some great battles with them, and it doesn't take much for us to get back on track in terms of our focus. I mean, it's easy to do that when you're playing St. Mary's. Yeah, Jackson Manelli and Josh Filer are two captains that are on the defensive side, and Josh came over from the offensive side this year. Jackson was a starting linebacker last year for us. I've been as pleased as you can be. They know their jobs. They know a lot of the other guys' jobs. They do a great job of coordinating back there pre-snap, and their efforts never question. Nolan Ray is He's a great kid, first off. He's a big, powerful running back. He's just a junior. He's got top-end speed, and I think he's got pretty darn good vision. He's had a good year. We couldn't break him loose last week. He wasn't, the first weekend against Dakota, he had a couple big runs. And as you've played some different competition who maybe knows you a little better, that hasn't been as prevalent. Well, I appreciate you saying that. One, it's been a lot of work. The greatest thing for me, the greatest indicator that we're making progress is the percentage of kids playing football in this school has gone up exponentially. We've gone up about 10% relative to the enrollment of the school. So I think when I first came here, about 18% were playing. Now we're at about 28, 29. So when 3 out of every 10 kids walking down the hallway play football, that's a wonderful culture to be a part of. And there's the energy, and more kids usually means more talent. And I think we're starting to see that with some top end guys. Some recruiters are definitely back on track here, and it's good. I mean, a win last week would have been a better competitive result would have been making me feel a little bit better about it, but you gotta forget that and just move on. Well, anytime you play St. Mary's, stopping the run. I think they're going to be probably fired up. I mean, right now they're looking at a good season. They're 4-1. They have Brother Rice coming to their house. It's senior night. They're honoring Coach Porritt. They have every reason in the world to want to put their best foot forward. We're going to have to match their intensity right from the get, and I feel very confident about what we can do there. We just have to go out and play as hard as we can to do it.
George Porritt, Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Great start, we had a tough one, got beat by a great football team last week, Warren de La Salle, and then we got another great football game tomorrow night against Brother Rice, who's an outstanding football team too. It's, they need to win, we need to win. It's always a great matchup. We've had some terrific games with Brother Rice, and that's sort of a neighborhood game, pretty close as far as the Catholic League goes, and it's just great football. Whenever you're playing the Central Division, it's just great football. You better be ready to play. Well, we've had some pretty good football teams too, and nothing different. You play an Al's team, you better be ready to play. Same thing with Brother Rice right now. You got to be ready to play, and it comes down to the fourth quarter a lot of times. Well, you just got to be ready, just like you said, next man up, and you got to deal with it, and there's no excuses. Hey, you just got to play. Anytime you play sports, you got to be a competitor, and the next guy's got to come in and do his job. Hopefully he knows and understands what job he has to do, and he's got to get it done. Well, that's something that's very important in our system. We call it GOB, get off the ball, and Coach Klaus has been with me, and he does a great job and getting these kids ready to go and getting off the ball, and that's just, we have to. We're never a big offensive line. We'll have some guys, but we got to use our quickness sometimes too. Pretty much I did. We can throw. We can throw well at times. Braden's throwing the ball real well. It's one of the most accurate kids I've had in a long time, and and I got some good receivers out there, and we got to. Some people are really ganging up on our run, and sometimes we have a little bit of trouble on the push. Well, we just got to play team defense, and they got playmakers and McInerney, Nelson, and we got to make sure. And they got, they're always a team that does a lot of different things to beat you, and they're very good at it, and always well coached, and they're different than De La Salle, so your game plan's got to be a little bit different, and but it always comes down to team defense.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Welcome back to beautiful Molesky Field. My name's Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. St. Mary's and Brother Rice Stick, your keys to victory.
Yeah, for Brother Rice, obviously their main quarterback is down, so you want to get that new quarterback comfortable in early short passes, just get them in a rhythm. And for OLSM, same old under George Port. Ground and pound, baby. Here we go.
Ryan Kirk to put it high in the air, and the catch in the end zone. That's a touchback, and here we go. Let's meet the starters for Brother Rice, led by their new quarterback, Mark Goljai. And this is his first varsity start for the senior. Kid with a strong arm, quick release, can throw the deep ball, but anytime you get a new quarterback, Stick, this is a guy in his first career start that you got to get him going early.
Yeah, but honestly, this is kind of what we were talking about in the pregame, too. We don't really have a scouting report on him, so we don't know. He could very well come out here and light it up, or, it could take him some time to get comfortable. That's what the unknown right now with Brother Rice.
Trips to the right in a bunch. One wide left. Nolan Ray, their best player. They're running back to the right of Goljai. He's going to get the pitch right side. Run it against the St. Mary's defense. 4-3. And it's a healthy gain of about 5 yards off the right side as we meet the Brother Rice offense. And we take a look at their starters.
Nolan Ray, the ball carrier.
It's a big offensive line. Eric Doherty up front along with Peters, Quadrini, Mackley, and Petrasani. It's a good offensive line, maybe the best since Coach K has been there. And you look at the backs and receivers with Nolan Ray, Cole Lacanaria, Savi Bowman, Braden Dowd, and Chuck D'Angelo, the grandson of the great Joe D'Angelo. All right, 2nd and 4 in the shotgun. Goljai, handoff. It's Ray, and he has a first down across the 30 to the 34 before he's knocked down and tackled by the corner, Anderson Carlson, as we meet the starters for Orchard Lake St. Mary's on the defensive side. Frank Janos is the defensive coordinator. Janos is not in this game. He is out of it. Mark Lingle will take over some of the duties. DC Temple up front having a nice season. Charles Collins, Tommy Boss, and Anthony Kafoulis for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. 1st and 10 from the 33. Pitch left side, Ray, and he is smacked in the backfield and greeted by the aforementioned Anthony Kafoulis.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to break through that line of scrimmage and just pop and blow that play up in the backfield. And before that, they had a couple of nice runs with Ray. That's one way to get your quarterback comfortable. Keep feeding your monster running back.
Ray was 68 yards back on Sunday. We meet the rest of the starters. Meath, Cannon, Janda, and Nesson, the linebacker crew. A good unit. Janda, a two-time captain and a two-way player. Bohennick, Crockett, Teichner, and Carlson all having great years in the secondary. Back to pass, Goljai down the middle, has a man caught. That's the tight end Garrity for a first down. Across the 45 to the 46. And you see the nice zip on the pass by Goljai, the senior, in his first career start.
Yeah, not only the zip on the pass, when you watch him, he had a little pump fake action too. So he's already, that shows me that he's comfortable, that he's thinking ahead, that he's just playing the game. You know, if you got time to pump fake and throw the ball, that means the game's kind of slowed down for you a little bit.
Hunter Polanki was the quarterback until this point. Polanki was the backup to a guy that was expected to be their starter, Jake Coulter. Coulter had an arm injury. He's a pitcher committed to Kentucky, 6'6". And then last week in the third play from scrimmage, Polanki goes down with an injury. He was having a nice year and enters the first-year quarterback despite being a senior in Mark Goljai. Handoff up the middle, just a gain of a couple. But that's a tough adjustment for a guy getting his feet wet, getting real game experience.
Yeah, tough adjustment, but isn't that everything you wish for as a player? You know, you've been waiting until your senior year. You finally get to touch the field. You know, it reminds me of that old Dawson, what was that, Dawson Creek actor? What was the name of that movie?
Yeah.
Where he came in for the injured quarterback and took his team to the state championship. You know, those are miracles that can happen, Chad.
You wait for it, you dream for it.
Yeah.
2nd and 8, 9 minutes to go, a few minutes gone by. Motion right to left, the handoff and the give is left side. And another TFL for guess who? Anthony Kafoulis, who says he has the football. The officials are going to say he was down, but Kafoulis, the guy who made the game-winning two-point conversion stuff against Hudsonville, is hot here early.
Well, look at, as a defensive end, the angle he took on that, he went straight out at a 45, beating the running back to the outside, and obviously the running back didn't have enough room to get behind him, took the 4 to 5 yard loss, and now it's a long third down, 3rd and 8, and we'll see how the young quarterback handles this.
Kafoulis comes from good stock. His daddy played at Air Force out in Colorado. He's also a left-handed pitcher for Coach Petrie. Look for him this fall for the national champion Eaglets. Throw over the middle, caught And it's a first down, and a nice fight to get it after the catch. So the catch is made, and the yak helps the first down into St. Mary's territory up to the 43-yard line. And who was that? Was that 24? Was that Bowman? It was. Move the chains. That's their best, Savi Bowman, just a sophomore.
Yeah, the move after he caught the ball is everything on this play because he was going to be tackled short of the first down marker, but he's able to break a tackle there and then just use his power to get just across enough to pick up a first down on a big 3rd and 15.
10 for Brother Rice from the St. Mary's 40.
This tackle by Bohennick helped advance him. So a nice drive by Brother Rice under Goldshy. His first career start. Handoff inside Nolan Ray, and he's going nowhere. Another stop, this one right at the line of scrimmage. And the guy right at the bottom of that pile is Owen Teichner, the outside linebacker.
It was to Ray.
And last time we called the St. Mary's game, Teichner had a huge
Again,
performance. Breaking
point.
up passes, sacking people. He was all over the field. So he's a good young player and expect to see more and expect to hear more of his name tonight.
Brother Rice and St. Mary's played for the first time in 1987. Took them 75 years to play. Play action pass, looking left, looking deep, down the left sideline for Bowman, passes up and incomplete. Working on that far sideline, a fine play by the aforementioned number 5 for St. Mary's, and that's Brendan Bohennick.
Yeah, Bohennick, another big-time player, once again, has already had some big games this season. But this is a pretty tight throw. I mean, that is darn good coverage, and that had to be a perfect throw and a perfect catch. St. Mary's has to feel good about the way they were covering that.
39 for the Warriors.
You also have to wonder how much they're going to heat up this signal caller who's inexperienced. Goldshy to 3rd and 9 from the 43 of St. Mary's. It's a middle screen. It's caught by Ray. Ray, short of the first down, breaks a tackle. Still on his feet, could go to the 20, 10, 5. They'll never get him. Touchdown, Warriors. 43 yards, Nolan Ray.
And if you're in Birmingham, Brother Rice, right now, that is almost the perfect start. Not only did you get your power back involved, he's got his touchdown, but you got him involved on a short screen pass that he took the long distance. Get the quarterback's confidence up. You're killing 2 birds with 1 stone on that play. So good job, Brother Rice. Great play calling. That middle screen was wide open.
Great play. Good setup, good call. And here comes the extra point attempt. The snap from Teddy Dunn. The hold is down, and the kick from Owen Party is good, and it's 7-0 Brother Rice. First score in our Friday night clash in Week 6. We're coming right back to see the Orchard Lake St. Mary's offense and that Warrior defense. We're back on the Friday night clash right after this.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Ten plays, 80 yards, and 5 minutes and 13 seconds later, it's Nolan Ray in the end zone after a 43-yard middle screen out of 3rd and long. And it's 7-0 Brother Rice after the extra point was added by Mr. Party. What a last name. Party. P-A-R-D-I. Owen Party. He's going to kick it off from his own 40. What'd you think of Brother Rice's first drive?
I thought it was perfect for Brother Rice. Like I said, you got the young quarterback involved, had him some completable passes. One throw, really would have taken it back, but then, you get the middle screen and you get a touchdown. So great start for Rice.
Kickoff return up to the 22-yard line. And the tackle made down there by number 20 for Rice. And that is Roderick Chandler, junior reserve running back. The return is Duke Coates. Coates is back there because Chubbs Ruckhaber is out. And he's one of several St. Mary's kids out tonight. Also out is Ozog, the left guard. Chubbs Ruckhaber, running back, and Aiden Boyle, St. Mary's leading rusher. No poor feelings, though, from Rice. They're not going to feel sorry for St. Mary's. They're without their quarterback, Hunter Polanki, as we get a look at Braden Leedon, the junior. Handoff inside, watch out, breaks through the line, and has daylight. Tommy Boss from the 22 up to the 47. Run for 25 yards on first down.
And you know, in true George Port fashion, starting out the game with a 21 trap right up the middle. Tommy Boss busting in. What a run. He was that close to being in front of that defender, but good angle of pursuit, and they were able to tackle him before he got to the 50.
Tommy Boss had been rotating him in and out, saving him for defensive tackle. Layden hands off again this time. And it's up to the 50-yard line. Gain of 3 with 6 minutes to go. Brother Rice on the board first. They scored in their opening possession. My name is Chad Bush. Sam Stick Day on color tonight. Joey Radio on the sidelines. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Joe Janda at left tackle. Victor Geller is in there at left guard. Cole Whalen is the center, having a great season. Chucky Collins at right guard, also having a fine season. Daryl Rounds, the junior, at right tackle, very solid as well. We saw Tommy Boss, Jordan Cannon also in the mix there, two-way player. DC Temple at tight end, along with Ben Meath, two of the best in this league. And Brennan Bohenick at wide receiver. Leading hands off up the middle, right behind that center, Cole Whalen. And
Jordan Cannon on the carry.
It's a gain of about 4. Cannon the ball carrier. Look at the defense for Brother Rice. Labar at the defensive end spot. Luke Sands also at an end. Hendy is the nose tackle. It's a very good defense for Brother Rice. They did give up 30 points last week, but had back-to-back shutouts in week 2 and 3. Moretus, Fortino, Tells, Minelli, and Bryant are the linebackers. As the handoff and not much doing on 3rd and 4, they got nothing. And that's that stout defensive front for Brother Rice up there, Stick. And it's punting time for OLSM.
And I was wondering if St. Mary's was going to try to go for it or send out the punt team. Obviously, they're sending out the punt team right now. But just as we saw against Dakota and Chippewa, this is that area where it gets a little funky, and you could afford a fake here.
Swider, Klein, and Filler are the defensive backs. Klein an aggressive, hard-hitting corner, and Filler one of the leaders and captains. The snap is over the head. Over the head of the punter, and it is going to be corralled at the 23. This is a new long snapper this week. I didn't get to the other injury. That's the long snapper who is out. And so St. Mary's has a new long snapper in there. And you see what happens there as the punter, Noah Audie, has to chase it down. Trouble for OLSM in the special teams unit.
Heady play by the punter there, though. You've seen lots of people try to pick that ball up and disaster ensues, try to kick it, get it blocked, or, you fumble it down. But, yeah, just fall on the ball. Let your defense do their work. You got to trust your defense right now to get a stop in. They need a big stop right now for Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Yes, sir. So Brother Rice gets it right back at the 24 of St. Mary's. Handoff. Nolan Ray up the middle, has daylight, has it across inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. And Brother Rice having their way with one of the best offensive lines Coach K has had in years. Really likes their size. They're over strengthening St. Mary's D-line right now.
Yeah, and they're opening up massive holes. And you like the play calling that's going on. I think St. Mary's is a little on their heels right now just because you don't exactly know what's coming. They started out with some outside pitches. They've thrown the ball, ran the ball up the middle. Brother Rice is doing everything right now.
Yep. Quadrini is in there at center. Ray, handoff left side, bounces it outside the numbers, and he stops short. Good open field wrap-up tackle there by Bohenick.
Ball carrier was Ray.
And that'll set up a 3rd and short for Brother Rice, who's 3-2 on the year.
It's 3rd and 1 for the
Of course,
Eaglets.
the Central Division rival with Orchard Lake St. Mary. Started the year 3-0. Kicked the pants out of Dakota at their place, 35-21. A team that we saw knock off Chippewa Valley.
Yeah, Dakota's a good squad.
Ray went for over 200 yards in that. 3rd and 1. Dolshai in the shotgun. Handoff. Ray, middle, dances and finds enough to get a first down. He's inside the 15. Move the chains with 3 minutes to go. And Brother Rice already up a touchdown stick.
Yeah, this is, I don't want to say panic time for St. Mary's, but you really want to try to tackle the ball, get a fumble, get an interception, do something to force the momentum to change right now. Because if Brother Rice goes up 14-0, yes, you still have the rest of the game to play, but you're doing the uphill climb, and you don't want to do that the rest of the game.
No doubt. 1st and 10 at the 12. Dolshai from the left hash. Handoff. End around coming. Trying to find the corner. Holding coming. And Carlson says, The handoff was to number 4, and that's Charlie D'Angelo on the end around.
The ball carrier.
But this one's going to send it back.
Yeah, I don't know if you accept this holding call.
D'Angelo, the ball carrier.
That's interesting. Because that was an 8-yard loss. So you're looking at 2nd and 18 if you decline it. You're looking at 1st and 20 if you accept it.
Yeah.
There is a flag on the play.
No, they're taking it back.
Holding.
I think maybe in this situation with Brother Rice, look, they got a quarterback that threw 2 interceptions last game. Force him to make more plays in long distance and uncomfortable situations. It also might give you a chance for your D-line to come pin his ears back and get a sack.
Yeah, and it looks like they're calling it from the spot of the hold, which gave them some extra yards too. So
1st and 20 for the Warriors.
This is all right. If you're St. Mary's, it's not a turnover, but it's definitely helping you.
Big play, no doubt. Ball at the 27-yard line. The senior, Mark Golshai, in the shotgun. Flare pass left. It's to D'Angelo. He has room to the 22, but he's crushed and converged. It's Bohannick again with Teichner. It's a short gain, and it's 3rd and long.
If you watch Bohannick on this play, he tracked that ball for a good 30 yards. He starts out in the middle of the field, and look at him. You just see him running. He knew he was going to get this hit. What great anticipation and a great angle he took as well.
No doubt, Teichner and Bohannick converge.
2nd down and long for the Warriors.
2nd down and 20 from the 21. Brother Rice wins over Dakota, East Kentwood, and UAD Jesuit to start the year. It's an offense that is putting up 22 points per game. Looking right side, Mark's pass caught at the 15, 1-on-1, and pushed out of bounds at the 11-yard line. That catch is made by number 25, that's Tommy Labruzzi. And it's going to be 3rd down and mid with 1:10 to go in the first.
You like that play, gets you back in, now you're 3rd and 10, manageable position, but I also like the physicality at the end of the play by both players. That's what we saw a lot last week, and I hope to see a lot more of that this week.
3rd and 10 for this Brother Rice offense, which has dominated time of possession here in the first quarter. Under a minute to go. Wide left is Bowman. They're looking slant that side, and it's knocked away. Well played by who else? Brennan Bohannick again. It's 4th down, and it's field goal attempt time for Coach K and company.
Once again, great coverage. I mean, that is a tough throw to make. And look at the break on the ball. He's stuck on him, gets his right hand in there. No pass interference, just overall great coverage. And you're forcing a field goal now, which is a win for St. Mary's.
Sure is. Great coverage and anticipation. Brennan Parent to hold it. Teddy Dunn to snap it. And from the right hash, it'll be a 28-yard field goal attempt for Party. Owen Party's kick is up, and it is good with 36 seconds to go in the first quarter.
He had plenty of leg on the extra point, so that was a pretty easy field goal for him. Nice kick.
10-0 Brother Rice, the St. Mary's offense to get it back. This is the Preps coverage of the Friday Night Clash presented by Woodward Sports.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Thomas, back deep for Orchard Lake.
A Party 28-yard field goal has Brother Rice up 10-0. Orchard Lake St. Mary's back to receive again. No Chubbs Ruckhaber this week. He is out. And it'll be Duke Coates to field it at his own 3-yard line. Coates up the right sideline. Outside the numbers, and he gets back to about the 23-yard line. Both these schools have snagged state titles in their day. Brother Rice, though, has 10 of them. As we look at Brother Rice, boy, they do have some bling. That's right, 10 state titles. The first was back in 1974. That was a mythical. That was voted upon, and that was before the MHSAA playoffs. The first in 1977 that was played in the state playoffs, and their last in 2013. That was part of a three-peat, and that was Al Fracasa's final game. The all-time winningest coach in MHSAA history. So Brother Rice, 10 state titles to their credit. We'll get to St. Mary's in a moment, but both these programs very proud of their history. Brother Rice history very rich as well. Obviously, Al Fracassa being there for 45 years has helped that. Coach K doing his great thing too. He's only had 5 years though.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to talk about. Just the legacy of the great coaches that both of these schools have put through the MHSAA is amazing.
Sure is. Leading the quarterback. Inside give, right behind the right guard, Charlie Collins. And that's a carry up to about the 26-yard line. St. Mary's, look, we have yet to see them really test this Brother Rice secondary. They threw it 32 times last week. I asked Coach Port, I said, Coach, did you look at the stats and think, what was I doing, 32? What do you like to see here on this second drive?
I'd like to see St. Mary's open it up. I mean, they've run it up the middle several times. They've gotten 4-yard gains, 3-yard gains. You know, they popped the big first play, but other than that, they really haven't had much luck.
They haven't. End of the first quarter. We'll take a quick timeout and come on back to Molesky Field, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Georgeport's final Central Division game. We're back after this.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Carry number 9.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Back to Molesky Field, Orchard Lake St. Mary's on their second drive now after Brother Rice put it through the uprights.
Come on through, Q.
And it was a 6-play, 12-yard drive. It took 3 minutes and 23 seconds. All right, here we go. We got a timeout. So while we got a timeout, let's go down to the field. And Joey Radio is standing by here at Molesky Field. What do you got, Joey?
Hey, we are live right now on the St. Mary's side stick. You know I got to do this for the St. Mary's boys because it's Georgeport's big night, and I'm joined with star quarterback Rob Bolden. What does it mean to you, obviously, playing under Coach Port and this being his last year at St. Mary's?
It's surreal. He's always been here. That's really the name that I think about when it comes to football for St. Mary's. So it's kind of weird. I found out, my boy called me and was like, yo, you know Port is leaving. Like, what? Like, that's impossible. But here we are. So it's very surreal. But, you know, we got to figure out who's next. I don't know who it is, but we'll find out.
All right.
And, I mean, for you going on to play at Penn State and be a quarterback over there, I mean, he obviously did so much for you throughout those years.
Oh, yeah, definitely. He was always engaged. He has a strange way of showing his love. He's not real smiley or loving like that, but he's always been there for his players, and he does what's right by them. And that's why you see all of the success that you do for the program that we have.
Rob Bolden with St. Mary's, and back to you guys.
Thanks, Joey. Appreciate that. Yeah, Robert Bolden, one of the best here. Guy that would go on to play at Penn State. Anytime Joe Pa says, you're a freshman and I want you to start, you're pretty good. He hasn't done that to anybody else until Robert Bolden. He then would go to LSU and then on to Eastern Michigan to finish his career. But another great words from Robert Bolden, one of the fine QBs to play here.
And he was one of the special ones that wore the St. Mary's number 1.
That's right.
Which started with Diallo Johnson. That was a special thing. Went on to Jermaine Gonzalez, Robert Bolden, I believe. Allen Robinson wore number 1 when he was here. So that's a good number here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
3rd and 6 for St. Mary's from their own 27. Leading back to pass after an incompletion. Going to throw it downfield to Bohenick. It's caught for a first down. Up to the 35-yard line. A little scramble outside the pocket. Leadon makes things happen with his feet here.
I was going to say, like, that's an amazing play because most quarterbacks, they see the rush coming at them, they start to panic, they tuck the ball away. He kept his eyes downfield, was able to see the whole field, watched his wide receiver peel open on the sideline. Great read of the defense because whoever was guarding number 5 started to rush the quarterback, and he left his man wide open.
Yeah, Ryan Irvin with a tackle, and a nice job by Bohenek to get himself open as well as a receiver on that sideline. 1st and 10, 11 minutes, 15 seconds to go. St. Mary's down 10. Hand off to Boss up the middle. He had the big run the first play from scrimmage, and he has 4 yards here before he's knocked down at the 40-yard line, before he's tackled by number 29. And that's their linebacker, reserve linebacker, Sam Klein, their safety rather, one of their better secondary players. He's a vicious hitter.
I was going to say, Sam Klein came in like he was on a rocket. Perfect hit right at the waist of the thigh area, took out his man. That was a great tackle.
Sam Klein, also a lacrosse player. Very fine safety. Handoff lead in up the middle, and this is Cannon, and Cannon's going to get maybe a couple. It's going to set up 3rd and 3 as we get a late flag. And Coach K is on the field and not happy. And I think this one might be going against the orange and black.
Personal foul.
Personal foul against the Warriors is the call.
Tommy Boss with 33 yards on 3 carries for St. Mary's.
15-yard penalty. It's an Orchard Lake first down.
A little bit of piling on for Brother Rice. That's what happened.
1st and 10 from the Brother
Rice
43.
Had some players out in the first half. Leading back to pass, looking downfield, looking for DC Temple. Has his man beat, and he's got a catch at the 10. Flag comes in late. I think it's on the defender who was trying to climb the ladder of the 6'6 Central Michigan commit.
Len's pass.
I think you can tell that basketball season is getting close because that was a perfect box out. That was DC Temple underneath the rim. He had his man sealed, and he just kept him on his back. And he literally slowed down so he could get to that ball and then force the defender to run into his back. But if you see him at the top of the route, look, he's just holding him there. That's exactly what he does on the basketball court, too.
Great position against Ben Eck, the DB, who did not have a chance. 1st and goal from the 7-yard line for St. Mary's, thanks to the nice strike. Handoff, left side, this is Nesson, and he'll fight forward to the 4-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play, 9:50 to go until halftime. So lead in now 2 of 3 for 83 yards.
If I'm St. Mary's, I'm sticking to DC Temple in the red zone. Jump ball right here. It's 2nd down. You can afford it. If you don't pick it up here, you're probably going to go for it on 3rd and 4th down. So you got 3 downs to work with. If you can get one-on-one with DC Temple, I'm throwing that jump ball.
Boss the up back with Nesson to his right, Cannon to his left. Under center lead and turns to Nesson, and he's going to spin and go nowhere. Might have lost a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 5, call it a loss of 1. And the guy flying his body in there looked like number 45. That's Andrew Labar, who got the start at defensive end.
Yeah, good play. I mean, anytime you can blow up the play in the backfield, especially when you're in the red zone like this, it's a great play for your team, for the momentum, and it gives you guys a slight advantage. Now you're forcing 3rd and goal from the 5. And, you know, in the red zone, when you get this close, it's tighter windows. It's tougher. There's more men in smaller spaces. So it's hard.
They'll spread out. DC Temple wide right, Meath slot right, and they like this matchup here. Leading in the shotgun, looking right, looking end zone, got a man, caught! Did he catch it twice? No. Nice defensive play by Klein again at the 1-yard line, who got in there and ripped it away from big Ben Meath.
That was a very close to being a touchdown, but at the end, the defender was able to get his hand in, break it up. Great defense right there, all over him.
This kid's a player. It's 4th down, and it's field goal time for St. Mary's. As Eaglets trot out their unit, Ryan Kirk, who missed a PAT last week, he has knocked in a couple of field goals, and this will be an attempt from the left hash.
And that's one thing about high school football is how far apart the hash marks are. You don't really realize it. You just kind of think, oh, they're kicking a field goal from the same part.
Remember, the long snapper is new, and there was a snap over the head. Kick from Kirk. The hold from Grant Weymouth. Low snap again. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And you can credit that to the holder for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Grant Weymouth. What a job to get it down. Kirk knocks it through, and that's one score.
Any way you can get it right now if you're Orchard Lake St. Mary's. What an incredible hold, and for the kicker to keep his concentration and follow through with the kick, too. Good job.
So 10-3, the Orchard Lake St. Mary's drive.
That was a nice drive for St. Mary's. Got them back in the game, kind of calmed things down. You're on the scoreboard now. But Brother Rice, they have shown that they can move the ball up and down the field. So St. Mary's needs to get a stop on this drive.
So a 25-yard field goal. It's 10-3 now. Eaglets will kick it off from their 40. 8:27 to go until halftime. 17 wins for St. Mary's in this series that started in 1987. When St. Mary's had 170 students in their building. Brother Rice had 820. That's when it started. St. Mary's would win the following year after Brother Rice blew them out in the first meeting. St. Mary's would have a win in 1988 that would put them on the map. George Port was an assistant. So Ryan Kirk to boot it from his own 40. We'll get to that game in a moment. That was the Pontiac Silverdome. A 9-7 St. Mary's win. And that is going to roll. That took like a funny hop, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought he was going to touch it in the field of play too, but touchback.
Charlie D'Angelo wanted that one.
Kick sails into the end zone for a touchback.
So we take a look at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. We saw Brother Rice's NFL players. Orchard Lake St. Mary's has their own NFL players as well to brag about. And in fact, they have 3 active NFL wide receivers right now, and that's always fun. Van Jefferson with the Rams, who's getting passes thrown to him by Matt Stafford. How's that going?
Matthew, you got to say Matthew.
Sure. Allen Robinson with Chicago, and KJ Hamler, who's out with an ACL. Those are active players. There's a handoff up the middle, and Nolan Ray, watch out, has some running room to the 30, to the 40, to the 50, could go all the way, 80-yard run if he can get there. Touchdown, Warriors. My goodness. The quick strike from the best player on this team, who's got 8 high major offers, and now you see why. Nolan Ray with a touchdown.
Yeah, that's why we highlighted him as our impact player of the game for Brother Rice. He has to play big tonight, and he already has. Not only catching the ball for a touchdown, now he has a long rushing touchdown. And once he gets in open space, you're just not going to be able to tackle this guy. Yeah. And even in close space, it's hard to tackle this guy.
He is a guy that they wanted to get at least 20 carries tonight. He was injured against Kentwood in week 2. They held him out against UAD in week 3. As the extra point is up and good, 17-3 Brother Rice. And Brother Rice, with a first-year varsity starter, has come in here and made a statement in Molesky Field here in the first half, partner.
Yeah, they are looking good, too. I mean, on both sides of the ball. They're stifling St. Mary's with the run, and then on the offensive side of the ball, they're beating St. Mary's with the run in pretty much every way. Outside, inside, and then little screen passes for touchdowns. If I'm Brother Rice, I like what I'm doing right now, and I'm keeping that momentum. I'm trying to keep the script the same.
Yeah. So over 100 yards now is Nolan Ray. 8 carries for 103 yards. And that was a quick Brother Rice drive, just 2 plays in 13 seconds.
Yeah, it would take me longer than that just to get down that field.
1 play, rather. I think it was just 1 play. 8:14 to go. St. Mary's offense trying to get something going. Coates is back deep along with Thomas, the freshman.
Thomas and Coates back deep for Orchard Lake.
So if I'm Orchard Lake on this possession, I'm opening it up. You got to start passing. That's what got you in your field goal range, and you got to keep that going. You can't continue to try to beat these guys on the ground.
Thomas with a bobble at the 3. Knee might have touched. They didn't call it, and it won't matter. He is down at the 15 anyway. Great coverage by Brother Rice down the field. And that tackle made by number 2 for the Warriors.
St. Mary's start first and
one of their starting linebackers, Zach Moratis.
Yeah, I thought his knee was definitely down inside the 5. Let's see here on the replay if it is. But it looks like the back official started looking forward.
It was a break.
Yeah, big break for Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah, he would have been down at the 2-yard line.
12-yard, and you think about 12-yard, but that puts you back. That's a big difference. Being the 15 or being the 3 is a world of difference despite it.
Yeah, it kind of takes away the passing play when you're that close,
Yeah.
you know?
So 3 to the right, 1 to the right in the backfield, and that's the handoff and the give and the push forward. And we got an injured Eaglet on the ground. Is that Nesson?
Time out. We have an injured player.
Hard to see a number. While he's down, we'll take a timeout with him. 7:55 to go until the break. Brother Rice has come in and made a statement here in this game that we call for the War Eagle Trophy, the Al Fracassa War Eagle Trophy. We're coming right back right after this.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Beautiful night in Orchard Lake, just dipping below 70 degrees. The Warriors right now with a 17-3 lead. His name is Sam Stickday. My name is Chad Bush. Joey Namath on the sidelines. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Brother Rice has some pros as well, and we showed you St. Mary's. Let's get to the Brother Rice professional players who are active. They got one guy who's active right now, and his name is Larry Borum. And he actually got some playing time last week for Chicago a couple weeks ago before getting injured himself. He's on injured reserve, but he's an active guy, and a guy that was taken in the 5th round out of Missouri. TJ Lang, of course, former Eastern Michigan Eagle and former Detroit Lion.
And former Green Bay Packer.
Former Green Bay Packer.
Yeah, and
that's right.
Also movie star. He was in, I believe, Pitch Perfect 2. He was dancing with the
Really?
ladies. Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
Singing
that.
backup. Oh, yeah. No, TJ Lang's a great guy.
Yeah,
Funny,
he is.
awesome on social media. Love him.
Yeah, very opinionated, very knowledgeable. He is very entertaining. Pete Mitchell, former tight end. Mike Lodish. What a team that was. How about Lodish, Morrison, and Mitchell all on that same team? Shared a lot of the same years. Brian Brennan, for receiver, and Mike Farr, Mel Farr. Jim Brown, who I have trained with, and Greg Collins. By the way, Jim Brown's son, Ryan Brown, was also slated to be the quarterback for Brother Rice. Along that line of folks, he transferred out last year. So they've had a tough luck deal with quarterbacks. Coulter, I mean, you started 2 years ago as a sophomore, 6'6". You're ready for him this year. He's out. You got to hand it to Brother Rice. I mean, they're doing it with bubble gum and tape.
I wouldn't say that. I would say they have great players throughout their entire program.
Yeah.
And like we were talking earlier before the game, it's next man up. You
True.
know, the JV quarterback may be just as good as your varsity quarterback. He's just not getting the opportunity. Out their program up and down. And it's really a tribute to what they built.
Very good
2nd
point.
and 8 for the Eagles.
Bohenick, wide left. Meath, slot left. DC Temple, wide right. Leading in the shotgun in a 2nd and 7. 7:45 to go until halftime. Leading in trouble. Pocket breaks down. In trouble and sacked back at the 7-yard line. Down he goes, and the sack comes by way of a name we have called tonight. Their best defensive end, and a guy we have called an Andrew LeBar.
Yeah, this is a great play. I thought the quarterback could have gotten the outside, and if he did, he had some room to run, but it was he got him in the backfield, one-arm tackle, brought him to the ground, and now this is a big 3rd down for Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
St. Mary's has to get to the 25-yard line. So it is a 3rd and 18 for the Eaglets.
You look at DC Temple's way?
Boy, You know, I'd look for a screen here if you're asking me.
Okay.
To be honest. But yeah, DC Temple, never a bad idea. Back to pass. Leadon has time. Now pocket breaks down, and now he's sacked from behind at the 2. Down he goes again. And this time it's Ryan Irvin, the linebacker and the senior.
Yeah, Leadon's got to have a clock in his head. After that second or third recoil and reset, you got to understand that. Just get rid of it. It's not there. 1, it's not there. 2, just get rid of it. Take the incomplete pass and move on. You know, sometimes throwing it away is the best play you can make.
Yep. Matthew Hendy also bringing some heat. So,
well, when all said and done, they ended up where they should have been in the beginning with his knee down. So, you know, football gods got him.
That's right. No audio to boot it from his own end zone. It's going to be fair caught at the 31-yard line. And fair catch is made by Braden Dowd, one of the receivers. So great position now for Brother Rice, who's had excellent field position all night. Last time they were in this position, they got a field goal. St. Mary's really has to hope for no points here.
They need to hold them to no points because now you're already down 2 scores, and not just 2 scores, 2 touchdowns with the extra points. So, yeah, St. Mary's is in a bad situation right now. They got to start bringing pressure. They got to start doing something different to change up the rhythm of this game.
Yep. This is George Port's final Central Division home game. Chance that they will play again at home, but not a Central Division opponent. There's a handoff. Ray again up the middle. Watch out. He could go again. 10-5 touchdown Warriors. Back-to-back plays have been touchdowns, and the Warriors are just whacking away at this Eaglet defense.
I mean, what can you say? It's too easy. It's 2 plays in a row, and he has, 120 yards on the ground. Just a fake handoff and a big hole up the middle, and he's able to do the rest. Once you get him one-on-one in space with a linebacker, a safety, a free safety, a cornerback, it doesn't matter. One-on-one with Ray is a losing suggestion.
Again, St. Mary's adjusting without their defensive coordinator, Frank Janos, who is out tonight. Extra point is up and good. So with 6 minutes even left on the clock, Brother Rice has put themselves up 3 touchdowns in Orchard Lake. We're back on the Friday Night Clash presented by Woodward Sports right after this.
6 minutes left to play in the first half.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom.
On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Week 6 of the Friday Night Clash rolls along from Orchard Lake, Michigan. 3535 Commerce Road. And boy, it feels like home for Brother Rice right now.
Yeah, they are owning it. They could say this is their house right now.
Yep. Some scores to get you to in just a moment after Thomas fields this kickoff at the 6. Has it across the 20 up to the 27-yard line. Jamie Janssen brings us scores from around the league and scores from around really the former clashes that we've had. Oak Park leads 12-0 over Seaholm at halftime. And there's a big one down the road in West Bloomfield. Clarkston on the road leads at 7-0 over West Bloomfield. Our Week 7 Friday Night Clash is undetermined. We've got competition like we've never had. And we are not going to determine our Week 7 location until we've had a committee vote.
Yeah, we like to look at these as flex games. You know, that's what the NFL does. They flex their best games onto the schedule, and that's what we're going to do this week.
We're excited for that. 24-3, Brother Rice on top. St. Mary's, handoff, and doing it all on his own is Tommy Boss. I didn't think he's going to get past the line of scrimmage, and he's fighting for extra yards here, Stick. This is impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive, but it's also got to be very frustrating for St. Mary's to even get a gain like that. Look at how much work and effort and breaking tackles it took. They're just not getting clean blocks, and they're just not able to control the line of scrimmage like Brother Rice has done to them.
Yep. Tackle made again by number 45, Andrew LeBar. There's a carry that's going to be good for a first down. Gain of 3. Tommy gets 10 on 2 plays, and St. Mary's moves the chains with 5:15 to go in the first half. We want to thank our sponsor, Bellacino's Pizza and Grinders, down the road in Sylvan Lake, Michigan. Really appreciate the delicious subs and pizza. Bellacino's located at 2465 Orchard Lake Road in Sylvan Lake. Give them a call, 248-682-4522.
Yeah, the Grinders are amazing.
The grind is real. Leadon's going to throw it left side, looking for Bohenick, and it's knocked away at the 35. Great defensive play coming from across the way by number 16. That's Jaden Johnson.
Yeah, Jaden didn't even really play the ball there. He didn't look back at all to the quarterback to see it. He was just kind of playing his wide receiver. Once he saw the wide receiver put his hands up, he put his hands up. Perfect. That's how you coach it if you're not going to look back at the quarterback.
Mike Quinlan is their defensive coordinator. Brad Cochran is their secondary coach. Cochran's son, Tyler, went to St. Mary's and was a safety, graduated a few years ago. Cochran is a Brother Rice grad and a former University of Michigan Wolverine. 4:44 left. Thomas in the Wildcat, and he is going to get hit from behind the line of scrimmage and go down, so they're looking for a little electricity in the name of number 4. Hard to fool him for that.
Yeah, I'll give him credit for trying. I mean, you got to try something new at this point. You're almost at halftime. You only got 3 points, and that was really off of one big passing play that got you into field goal range. Then your offense kind of petered out. So you got to really just try. Just do different things, because running it right at these guys is not working right now.
No, sir. It's a St. Mary's offense under offensive coordinator Don Buchanan in his 28th year. He's been with Coach Port since the inception. We have a nice montage interview, a tribute to Coach Port, coming up at halftime. Lead-in back to pass, looking down the middle of the field, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by who else? Mr. Klein. Sam Klein picks it off of the 46-yard line. 1st and 10, Brother Rice.
And once again, that's just a pass that you don't need to make. You're under duress. You know there's not really anybody open. Just throw the ball out of bounds. You're already out of the pocket. There's really nothing that's going to hurt you unless it's an interception.
Yep. Klein jumped all over that.
You know, it's interesting. St. Mary's isn't the one that's on their 3rd-string quarterback right now, but they are the ones having the biggest issues.
That's right.
Let's get another look at that, too.
Yeah, you just want to get it away, right? Never in the middle of the field do things work out well.
Thrown across your body, man in your face.
Might have got hit as well, Stick, as he was throwing it.
Yeah, that's where you just throw it out of bounds. Like I said, sometimes the best play is to make no play. Just get rid of it and move on to the next one.
No doubt. From the left hash, Brother Rice trying to add on to this gaudy lead. Play action. Goljai looking left side. Got a man. Caught. 10-5. Touchdown, Warriors. How about it? 3 straight. On the first play from scrimmage, they score the touchdown. And this time it's coming from Braden Dowd.
And once again, it goes back to the great play calling. You've been pounding it all game. So why not a little play action pass? Cornerback bites and just wide open. I mean, all he had to do was run under that ball.
Dowd, an outstanding athlete, a guy that also plays baseball. We saw him homer against St. Mary's, actually, at Jimmy John's Field. St. Mary's would go on to win that game in extras. It was a great Catholic League championship. Party's extra point is no good, but there is a late flag. And
it's going to get a little bit chippy with this score the way it is.
Yep.
And for St. Mary's, you want to get a little bit chippy right now. You want to show that you still have some fight in you. You want to show that you're still in the game and that you're willing to get back into it by any means necessary.
So 3 straight one-play drives for Brother Rice for touchdowns. Not something we're used to seeing around here.
It's something I'm used to seeing tonight.
Yep.
Look at that, just wide open.
And give Goljai credit and Brother Rice. I mean, they've come in here after getting their snot beat out of them 30-7 on Sunday. They're on a short week, and they come right back here on the road. And under a first start senior, they're making some serious moves here against St. Mary's, who came out, you think, motivated after their loss last week.
Yeah, you knew both teams were going to be motivated coming into this game, but you thought St. Mary's would have a little bit more. It's George Port's last home game, potentially, that he's coaching, barring any playoff home games or anything like that. You know, you had the big ceremony before it. You thought they were going to come out on fire playing for their coach, and it has not turned out that way in this first half. Now, granted, it's still the first half. They get a score here. They're down 20. You know, there's still things that you could do, but St. Mary's they don't have their head in the game tonight.
My goodness. On cue, Thomas drops the kickoff and fumbles it out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, the body language is something else right now.
4-yard line. St. Mary's will start.
So, yeah, I mean, you know, this is something here. You mentioned it. You said it. Focus. And that's one thing you just you can't drop a kickoff.
No, and that's 2 kickoffs, you know, today.
That's right.
The first one, he got away with it, but the second one just kind of floated out of bounds. But, yeah, the body language for St. Mary's right now, you can tell everybody's down. The crowd, I mean, the student section's still standing, so you got that going for you, which is nice.
Elijah Holt checks into the lineup for St. Mary's. Double tight formation. Bone tight. Where have you heard that before? And the run is up the middle. And with 3:38 to go, George Port might just be saying, let's run this thing out.
I think that's a mistake. I mean, there's still 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in this. If you don't pick up a first down here, you're going to punt. They get the ball at the 35, 40, putting them on a short field.
Yeah.
If I'm St. Mary's, I'm going to the DC Temple well over and over and over and over again to pull me out of this hole.
Sure. These uniforms by Orchard Lake St. Mary's are beautiful. They're a tribute and a donation from Jeff Hoffman in the class of 2002. There's a handoff left side, Nesson, and he'll fight for just a couple. And Vinny Campisi, who passed away far too young, the tender age of 20 years old, is being honored tonight. VC, his initials are in the middle of the jersey. It's his cancer awareness night, and Coach Porritt said he absolutely loves it and supports it. Coach Porritt, as you know, a traditionalist. Not a lot of uniform changes he's ever going to approve. You notice the helmets are plain. Coach Porritt was all over this saying, we approve it, we love it, and we think it's perfect. Vinny Campisi, anything that supports him and cancer awareness, we're all about. So credit to Mr. Hoffman, Jeff Hoffman, and that class of 2002 for their donation. Pass over the middle. It is DC Temple. It's caught. It's a first down, 3rd and 8, and they get it up to the 20-yard line. There's a nice pitch and catch there, partner. You asked for it, you got it.
And I'm asking for it again. Do it again. Do it again. Oh, this is a nice little rollout. He has time. DC was able to turn around on his curl route, get some separation. Once again, box out his defender. And those are simple passes. You don't know why they don't keep going back to it.
Yep.
You know, here you got both your tight ends down on the far side. That's size.
Yep. Snap is high. The give is up the middle. It's Tommy Boss for a couple. We're under 2 minutes, 1:40 left. St. Mary's with all 3 of their timeouts. They're down 30-3 in this ball game. What's been a very disappointing showing and what proves to be George Port's final game here against a Central Division opponent at home. Now, they could play Brother Rice in the playoffs. They did that last year.
Correct, in Pontiac.
In Pontiac at Wisner Stadium. You, me, and Joey were actually there for that.
We were there. That was a fun game.
Yep.
That's when Tommy Dolman laid out a kid on a kickoff.
And kicked like a 58-yarder.
Yeah.
Pass left side, and that ball is incomplete. Got to be careful there. It's a live ball if it's behind the receiver.
I thought it was, too.
Yeah, I did, too. Bohannek dropped it, and it's incomplete. Clock stops. 3rd and 7 with 1:08 to go until halftime.
And that drop pass is almost kind of a blessing for St. Mary's. You don't have to use a timeout. You weren't going to gain much on that. There wasn't a ton of room in front of them.
Right.
But, wow. Yeah, just another simple, fundamental thing that you don't really see out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's teams.
Yep. Consistency, fundamentals, repeating things, doing right, something that George Port's teams have certainly been labeled with properly throughout the years. Layden rolling right. On 3rd and 7, has a man. Temple, is it caught? Incomplete. He was out of bounds.
Pass complete.
And it's 4th down, and it's punting time for St. Mary's with a 63 seconds left until the break.
Yeah, I thought DC was able to touch his toes there, but he was clearly out of bounds on the sideline. But he's open, and that's what you got to keep looking for. If I'm St. Mary's, I'm going into halftime, I'm looking at DC and being like, all right, You ready to catch 40 balls in the second half?
Yeah.
That's going to be the game plan. We're down by 27.
Similar to last week when they threw it 32 times.
And do you think they kind of overcompensated for that tonight by not coming out throwing?
Maybe. Good point. That ball is going to roll, and it's going to be a Brother Rice roll back to the 44-yard line, and they'll have great field position with 52 seconds left. You think they're going to sit on it?
No. And it really doesn't matter what field position they've had. They've shown that they've been able to score from the 20. They've been able to score from the 40. And St. Mary's better be on guard for play number 1 because that has been their go-to scoring play on the past 3 drives.
3 straight first play of drive touchdowns for Brother Rice. If they score here, it would most definitely be a record somewhere. Wouldn't it?
It has to be.
It has to be.
It has to be.
Yeah. From the 44-yard line in the shotgun. Goljai back to pass. Bubble screen left. This is Henry Garrity. Garrity going to cut across the field. The two-sport athlete is tackled at the 40, gain of 4 after all that. Where he's dragged down.
Man, give it up to Brother Rice. The amount of movement that they have in their offense. They have a wide receiver screen coming out to the sideline. They have a tight end screen bubble going through the middle. Plus they're running streaks on the other side. Like, they have a lot of action going on each play with each player.
Yeah, a lot of deception. You won't want to miss our halftime tribute to George Porritt. 7 state titles, 13 appearances. And we got word from 7 of his staff members that all had wonderful things to say about him, and you'll get that nearly 10-minute montage coming up at the break.
See, when you said you don't want to miss our halftime, then you took a pause. I didn't know you were going George Porritt. I thought you were talking about the St. Mary's senior moms performing at halftime.
That's going to be so good, we're going to record it while that tribute is being played.
You don't want to miss it, folks.
No, you don't want to miss that either. 2nd and 6. Goljai back to pass. 3-step drop, waits, throws out of bounds, and we got a late hit, I believe, coming on Jordan Cannon.
There is a flag on the
and
play.
I think this one's going to give Rice some better field position. Let's get to the numbers so far in this half.
Flag is
How about 268 yards for Brother Rice on 21 plays, and St. Mary's 26 plays, 100 yards.
Yeah, just not a heady play there, especially before the end of the half. You got to check your emotions. I know it's been a frustrating half for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, but you cannot give them a free 15 yards. Now you essentially put them in field goal range and gave them 3 more points.
Goljai looking left near the sideline, and the interception is dropped at the 10. It was well covered, and maybe the first mistake we've seen tonight from the senior quarterback from Brother Rice.
Well, the Rice receiver fell down. That's what happened on the route, if we can go back and see that. He went to turn, he fell, and the ball was already in the air. He did a good job to get back up and get back into the play, but, yeah, he fell down.
So that'll be a 2nd and 10, 31 seconds left. Brother Rice with 1 timeout remaining. They'll send 4 wide receivers. It's a draw to Ray. He'll make a move, bounce outside to the 10, down to the 11, and timeout. They'll spend their last. No, they won't. They're going to let this thing get to the line of scrimmage, and there's the snap.
St. Mary's called a timeout.
St. Mary's called their timeout.
To avoid a penalty, they could not get Cannon off the field.
Timeout. St. Mary's.
Yeah, Cannon was running off at the very last second. I think they were expecting Rice to call a timeout. They didn't, and they got caught.
So we'll keep it here. Brother Rice in full control, 30-3. And this is one of those games where you wonder how much a lot of attention, a lot of effort stick on this being Coach Porritt's final home game in the Central Division, and how much do you get caught up in hoopla, new uniform? I mean, these are all things typically, not making excuses, but and give all credit to Brother Rice, but sometimes teams get suckered into getting just not quite their focus.
Yeah, it's that, and it's also sometimes on nights like this, it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, it's just gonna be, and you don't prepare the way you're supposed to prepare, and you get caught.
Yep.
But that being said, there's a whole other half to play, and the St. Mary's is the type of team that can come out and get right back in this game. They just need to prove that they can stop Brother Rice on anything.
Goal-shy to the end zone. Back of the end zone. Is it caught? Touchdown, Warriors! What a catch in the back of the end zone by Henry Garrity, the senior tight end.
For a Warrior touchdown.
I mean, what else can you say about that play? I thought he was throwing it out of bounds. Garrity went up over his defender. Just big, tall, high point the ball. Get your foot down. What a catch. What a throw. What an amazing play for Brother Rice.
Wow, he did get both feet in.
Yeah.
Unbelievable catch in the back of the end zone. That's Pat Garrity's kid, the former NBA star and executive for the Detroit Pistons.
I knew that name sounded familiar.
He is no longer with the Pistons, but
Brother Rice.
That's a Brother Rice touchdown, and it's 36-3 before this extra point attempt goes up. And what can you say about this quarterback, Mark Goljai, and what he has done tonight? This kid has been on point from the beginning. You can't say enough about the way they've prepared this young man for his first career start.
And it's really by the book what they did. What a great touchdown there. But just getting him involved in the game early, like we talked about, that's something you had to do. Get him comfortable. And that first screen pass for the touchdown, I think that was all the confidence he needed for the rest of this first half to go out here and put up 36 points, about to be 37 for Brother Rice. What, he's 8 for 12, 152 yards and 3 TDs. My goodness. That is, like I said, you come out. This is a Disney movie that we're watching in progress right now, Chad.
Yep.
This guy could lead them to the pasture, lead them to the great beyond, and nobody ever would have known about him.
That's right. Mark Goljai, guy who entered with the third string quarterback. They're going for 2.
Why not?
With 13 seconds left, 4 wide receivers. Goljai looks, end zone, knocked away. So 36-3 is where we sit with 13 seconds to go until the break.
Pass was intended.
Fine breakup by Zane Nesson.
Curious why they went for 2 there.
Lacking area.
Well, get it on an even number.
I
don't know.
Zane Nesson.
Instead of being up 33 or up 34, like 30. I don't.
Have I told you about this rivalry yet?
Yeah. Okay. I'm doing the math in my head.
No, it's a good question.
If you make the 2-point conversion, you're up 38-3, so you're up 35 points. That's 5 touchdowns.
The card says go for 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Now that I did the math in my head, it makes sense. But at first, it's like, it's such a big gap. Does it really matter?
Yep. It is party time for Brother Rice. P-A-R-D-I. Owen Party to kick it off.
Been waiting all week for that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
All week, baby.
Oh, boy. Ray with 148 yards on the ground. And Goljai with 152 on the yard in the air. I mean, those two have done it all for Brother Rice. Many others who played great, too. There's a pooch that's caught at the 24. And with 12 seconds left, this first half is all but in the bag.
Well, if you're St. Mary's, I mean, you do have 12 seconds. You do have 2 of your timeouts. You need points, however you can get them. I'm throwing a couple Hail Marys here, hoping for a pass interference, hoping for an immaculate reception, hoping for something before the end of the half.
Well, we shall see.
Or they come
if I
out
know
and
my
take a
coach,
knee.
he's taking a knee.
I mean, there is that.
Yep. Leading under center. And the ball is loose. It's picked up and fumbled. And the return down the right sideline into the end zone. Ethan Swider. Touchdown, Brother Rice. My goodness. The nightmare of a first half continues with a Swider fumble return touchdown. 42-3, Brother Rice.
And this play I don't really understand. If you're going to run it, you might as well just take a knee.
Take a knee, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're not going for the end zone. That was kind of like a tweener that got him. And as you can hear, some of the Orchard Lake St. Mary's faithful are not happy.
Extra point by Party is up and good, and there are still 7 seconds left. So that is the 4th one-play drive touchdown for Brother Rice.
And this one came on defense.
And it came on defense.
Defense was getting a little jealous of what the offense had going on. Man, Party, I think, put that one out on Commerce Road. That kid's got a leg.
Yeah, that's in the refuge
lunchroom. So, my goodness, this has been something where you just kind of look at Brother Rice and say, okay, they came to play. This is not a slouch of a unit.
No.
Let's take a look and see what happened here, Stick.
It's just a, basic fumble. Nice handoff. The defender got his hand in there, was able to poke it in the right spot, and out it popped.
Wow.
And then, a lineman's not going to catch number 11. So, yeah. Now if you're Orchard Lake St. Mary's, you're hoping for a return.
Ethan Switer, steady starter at the corner, and he punches one in the end zone. And it's a 40-point Brother Rice lead right now, and it's a really quiet Molesky Stadium.
They should have gone for 2.
There's an onside kick, and Brother Rice gets it. Brother Rice gets it at the 50-yard line. You've got to be kidding me. Onside kick, and Brother Rice isn't done with 7 seconds left. They want more.
What is the saying? What can go wrong will go wrong? And that is exactly, this was just designed to be a squib, but you kick it right at the defender. It bounces off of him.
Wow.
And they were able to recover. They didn't design it that way, but it's just that kind of night for Brother Rice right now.
Recovery made by, was that Savvy Bauman?
Now, if you're Rice, what are you doing?
They're going to take a knee.
You think so?
I think so. I mean, so. I'm not sure, but this is knee formation.
Yeah, that definitely looks like victory formation at halftime.
And there it is. So that's it. That is the end of the half. And for St. Mary's, thankfully, 43-3, Brother Rice with a banger of a first half, and they've made a loud, clear statement. They are unfazed with their Boys Bowl loss on Sunday. Very impressive first half for Brother Rice. 43-3. Leaders, we're going to get right to the George Porritt footage and tribute from earlier this week. Enjoy the halftime show, folks. 43-3 on the Friday Night Clash. We're back after these.
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
It is Joey from Woodward Sports here, and where my St. Mary's moms at? Right here. You got so much energy to go out here. The seniors' mom's going to be doing a dance performance.
Yes, we are. We excited. Let's go, ladies.
Get a little preview of what a dance is going to look like.
There you go.
Hey, so I'm going to send you off on the field because they're waiting for you moms. Wishing you the best of luck. And just know that we're out here with Planet Fitness. It is a judgment-free zone.
So, let's go, ladies.
Back to you guys. This is going to be amazing.
Oh, Joey, that's great stuff, man. The moms are going to get it done at halftime. We're going to watch that. But we want you to enjoy George Porritt and his montage and the tribute from those that have supported him throughout the years and those he's made such a great impression on. We're at halftime. Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Brother Rice, with Brother Rice on top, 43-3. We're back after this.
You know, Chad, I had a chance last week. George and I go annually every year to the MHSAA rules meeting and update conference. And we had time in the car, as we always do, and at the luncheon to talk about his hopes and dreams for St. Mary's and his plans going forward for his family. And when I think of George, I think about that. We've been his extended family, but he's really blessed. He's got his mom and dad up north, his parents. The Colliers, his in-laws, have always been supportive, and they're around a little more locally. And I know George looks forward to having a little more time with them. And his wife, Terry, his kids, Mason and Kenny, his sons, and his daughter, Marilyn. And Chad, he really lights up the most when he talks about his grandkids. And really, that's what we talked about. when we were driving to Warren for our meeting. And I guess on a personal note, I'll think about the blessing. I believe I've had the best seat in the house in the state of Michigan for the last 31 years here. I've been at the line of scrimmage for the Eaglets, and all that excitement and all those great victories, and just grateful that George has had me on his staff and on the sideline. And I'll never forget our great victories, some of the tough losses, and all the learning and leadership that I've learned from George. So, GP, we wish you the best. I hope you have great health and longevity going forward, and not saying goodbye because I know you'll be around here, but wish you my very, very best, George, and thank you for everything you've done for me and my family.
Well, I really think it's a number of things. He's been a mentor, he's been a friend, he's been a coach, and frankly a father figure to me. Not having a dad around, you know, a lot of his values transferred to me over the last 35 years that we've known him, and you know, just learned so much from him that it's been a big part of my life, and I really mean that sincerely. You know, what he's achieved here as an athletic director, building the programs around here, and you know, I told someone the other day, he really played the infinite game. He wasn't afraid to play anybody. He wasn't afraid to lose, and he was playing the big boys early on, you know, when I was here. And you know, the school went from 200 kids to 600 kids, and you know, he, as much as all the state championships and the league titles and the Catholic League titles that he's accomplished, really instrumental in building the school. You know, I think that is critically important, you know, and just what I've learned from him from a coaching standpoint, the ability to be simple and execute, I should say. Just the value of execution and fundamentals, and not to overcoach things. So I you know, a lot of those principles are still you know, ingrained in me. And you know, from a family standpoint, you know, he sacrificed a lot, and you know, it's a big testament to Terry and Mason and Kenny and Marilyn, you know, because he's here a lot, and you know, they deserve some special thanks and for sharing their dad, and I owe him a lot. So,
Coach Port's been a really big influence in my life. Outside of football, I would start with, you know, just being a great Christian role model. For me, just getting to talk with him, I've learned a lot about, you know, his faith in the Lord, and for me, that's really special. Outside of that, just consistency. Number one, as a coach, his consistency, I think, is what brings the respect to him. And he never really gets too high emotionally, never really gets too low. So that just speaks to that consistency, which I think is a rallying point for our team and our program.
Yeah, you know, not only playing for him in the mid-90s, you know, I was a kicker, and as you know, Coach Porritt, it's tough being a kicker for Coach Porritt because you miss a couple, you may not kick for 2 games. So, and that's stayed the same for the last 34 years. I mean, coaching with him the last 7, it's still the same, but just the passion, and it is just second to none. I mean, you cannot make up his record, the state titles, and just his love of the kids, and you know, it's just an honor to be around him, and he will be missed. So.
First and foremost, the first word that comes to my mind is a legend, and I'm so thankful and grateful to be able, one, to play for him, and then have an opportunity to be able to have his last year here as well. A few things that I've learned from him was you don't get it back. I know that is something that really stuck to me for a long time, even through the great coaches I've had in college, you know. But that one is really the one that really stuck to me the most about GP. it's just you don't get it back, and that's why you go and do your best every time you get on that field or whatever you do.
So special.
Yeah, you know, as a coach, he's done everything. He's won championships in the Catholic League. He's won state titles, but more than football, he's a great person. And I've seen him do things that people don't even know he does. He does these little things behind the doors that people don't understand the integrity and the character he has as a human, more than anything he does on the football field. He works with these kids and turns them from scared little kids into grown-up men who are one day going to really appreciate it.
Yeah, Coach and I started here in 1986 as assistant coaches with Rob Hager, and you know, we worked really well together on the offensive side and everything, and 3 years in, you know, Coach Hager and I, you know, had a difference, and I had an opportunity to coach, you know, do something else at Clarkson, and so I took that, which is Coach's old stomping grounds. And about 2 months later, Coach Hager got a gig out in California at a junior college, and Coach Port took over. And had I known that, I probably, you know, wouldn't have taken that route. But, you know, things happen for a reason, but we'd stayed in touch, and I mean, I know his 3 kids, and he knows my children, and you know, it's just developing that relationship. You know, not only in football but beyond. You know, we go out golfing, you know, during the summer and that when we can, and you know, he's old time school, you know, which was what I was brought up in, and you do things the right way, and you stick, you know, to the things you know. And I think that's what's really helped here at St. Mary's. You know, with him not only taking over the football job, but being the athletic director and making sure, you know, kids have an opportunity to play multiple sports, even though we're diving into a new era now where kids seem to be more specialized in playing singular. You still talk to people that say, well, it's better if you play multiple, even if it's just 2. You know, if you play basketball and you run track, or, you know, you play baseball and you play soccer or whatever, you know, get your body. If you're an athlete, you're an athlete, and go ahead and play. So, you know, I think, you know, Coach Port really stressed that in all the years he's been here, and I hope, you know, that continues to go on after he's gone. But as a coach, I've been very fortunate to work with a lot of successful coaches that I've been at. I was up at Beale City. Tom Atkinson ran a great program up there. At Clarkson, Kurt Richardson, you know, he's done a tremendous job at Clarkston. So I've been very fortunate to be able to work with these different gentlemen. And, you know, George is, you know, one of the best. And to get, you know, I always try to look at the positive things or the good things. I mean, all of us, you know, has our quirks and this and that. And, you know, the one thing I learned about coaching with Coach Port, though, after several years, if I wanted to run something new, I couldn't just say, I want to run this. He'd go, no. And I'm going like, what do you mean, no? But once I explained the defense we were facing, what the advantage of the play was and that, I had to show him what it was all about. And that made me a better coach. It wasn't just, you know, I wanted to run this. Oh, yeah, go ahead and do it and see what happens. No, there had to be a way about it. And when I learned that, you know, it made it easier for me to want to bring in different plays to show him because I would know exactly why I wanted this play or whatever. So, yeah, he's made me a better coach and hopefully a better person as well.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
3-3 for Rice. All over St. Mary's at halftime. Lesky, Chad Bush with you, along with Sam Stick Day. Orchard Lake St. Mary's with some work to do in the second half. Brother Rice made a big-time statement several times over. Let's get to the highlights of the first half and how Brother Rice got on the board. They get on the board first with who else? Nolan Ray. Set up nicely. Ray would go the distance 43 yards later. And Brother Rice was on the board. It was a part of a 150-yard first half for the quarterback, Golzhai. A field goal later, and it was 10-0 Brother Rice, and that would set up another Nolan Ray and would start a series of 3 straight first-play touchdowns for Brother Rice. Nolan Ray, all right. This is the Nolan Ray
screen pass,
center screen touchdown. And this is that 80-yard touchdown run, Stick. Nolan Ray was special as advertised. High major player, 8 high major offers. This goes a long way.
Yeah, he just looked good. I mean, no matter what they were doing, whether they were throwing it to him, handing it to him, whether he was taking the snap, when he was on the field, he was making a difference. And you see it here, just one step, boom, hits the outside, beats the angle of pursuit, and there's just no catching him when he gets to the open field.
That Brother Rice would come back and go to the air. Mark Golzhai, who was solid through the air, 8 of 12 in the first half, 152 yards. As we get another look at Nolan Ray and that
nice draw
touchdown
up the middle, easy first play touchdown. I mean, it was the Nolan Ray show for a little bit.
That was after the turnover, and then again, the third of the 3 plays, and this was the senior Dowd, Braden Dowd, beating Carlson to the corner. Nice pass by Golzhai, one of 3 touchdowns in the first half.
But once again, set up by Nolan Ray off the play action.
That's right. And then look at this catch by Garrity in the back of the end zone. Gets 2 feet in, only needed 1. And a great touch. And then this fumble return, this exchange was not right from the beginning. And the return and the touchdown. And Brother Rice really makes a statement stick here in the first half at Molesky Field.
Yeah, we were talking at halftime. I can't remember the last time I've seen this type of game out of Orchard Lake St. Mary's. 43-3 at halftime. Honestly, I'm thinking back right now. We're going to have to ask Len Karchny because he's the know-all of all the scores of all time.
Sure is.
And I'm interested to find out when the last time a score like this happened to St. Mary's.
Yeah, the first half stats, almost 200 yards rushing for Brother Rice, 46 for St. Mary's, 348 yards in the air for the Warriors, 54 for the Eaglets. And then the first downs, you can see the disparity. 3 penalties for Rice didn't matter. Third downs, 2 of 4, and then just 1 St. Mary's turnover. But Stick, Brother Rice just wasting no time. You said it earlier, look, when it's your night, it's your night. Give Brother Rice all the credit in the world. They came out ready to win this game, ready to play this game, and it looks like they're not done yet. Albert Fracassa War Eagle Trophy. Of course, the 35-year at Brother Rice for it against Alfred. 13-10.
Okay.
In his career against Alfred. Game all 9-7. But St. Mary's won 5 of the first 7 in the series, and you talk about the War Eagle Trophy, and this is how it's all gone down. You look at Brother Rice winning 4 of the last 5 years and on their way to 5 of the last 6. Coach K 4-1 against St. Mary's, but Stick, you take a look at the series the long time. Didn't start until 1987.
Yeah, and you go back even to when I was here in like '98. You know, St. Mary's. It was a good back and forth between Brother Rice and St. Mary's. And you see in the early 2000s, St. Mary's went on quite a run, and Brother Rice, like you said, 4 of the past 5 years they've dominated the series, and it's looking like 5 out of the past 6 years now. They're going to dominate the series.
St. Mary's and Brother Rice played twice last year. Brother Rice won with a field goal in the last seconds, 10-7. The regular season game at Brother Rice, and then the Warriors would win in the playoffs last year in the second round, 31-13 at Wisner Field. So, Coates and Thomas back for St. Mary's, and this one is going to bounce at the 10 down to the 5, and here comes the freshman Thomas, and he'll take it across the field and get up to the 15, and that's where the St. Mary's offense will start under junior quarterback Braden Leadon.
So you and I have both been in the locker room with Coach Port. What do you think his message at halftime was to this team?
I think it was a quiet, subdued, the opposite of what you might expect of, hey guys, look, how much pride do you have?
Yeah.
What do you have left in you?
A look in your mirror type speech?
Look in your mirror.
Yeah.
And quiet, and I walk out and I let my captains go. You know, that's what I'm thinking. Or he lets them. I'm in his terms. I think that's what he would do. But who knows? It's a great question. I want to get your thoughts on that, too, in a minute. Lead and throws, slant right, caught, gain of 8. Tackled immediately and wrestled down. But a nice, healthy gain on first down after the catch by Ben Mead, his first of the game.
Another big body target for St. Mary's. We talked a lot about DC Temple, but this is another big body target there. Luckily, that ball didn't get fumbled, because when he stuck it out to try to get a few more yards, 32 for Brother Rice came and put a shoulder pad into it. So
he did.
Thank goodness he held on to that ball there.
That's Chad Tellis, the linebacker. 2nd and 1 for St. Mary's. In the bone, they've got a first down. And that'll move the chains. Halftime scores, Belleville, who we covered last week, and they won at Fordson in an exciting game. They're up 57-0 over Wade Memorial at the break. See, things can always be worse. Grosse Pointe South with a 28-24 halftime lead over Dakota.
Oh, wow.
Lake Orion with a touchdown lead, 14-7 at half. And Sterling Knight Stevenson up 22-14 against Chippewa Valley at halftime. There's a hitch route caught. It's Meath again, and he's wrestled out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Ryan Irvin in on the stop. And then also De La Salle and Catholic Central. And that's at halftime, and De La Salle has a 10-7 lead at the break. How about De La Salle? They're looking like the best team in the Central Division right now. A clear, this will tell it. I mean, you never know, Brother Rice, where they're playing tonight, but it's really looking like it's De La Salle's Central Division right now.
Yeah, and their program's been through a lot over the past couple years, so for them to come out this year and show what they have, that's pretty impressive. You talk about avoiding distractions, and you talk about just building a program. That's what De La Salle's doing right now.
Yep. Clarkston leads West Bloomfield 7-0. That's just up the road at Orchard Lake. As we get another look at the last play stick.
Yeah, just, the St. Mary's wing tee offense. You fake to one running back, hand it to another, some pulling guards, and it didn't get a ton, but that was a good look at what the offense is.
Home tight. 3rd and 2 for St. Mary's. First. We're going to look, hitch route, right side, caught, DC Temple. It's a first down. My partner's jumping up and down. He's been calling for number 88 to get the rock.
I thought I was off camera. I didn't know you were going to call me out like that, but my arm signals were like all day long. That's been there all day long. I mean, even if you're just looking at the size difference between DC Temple and his defender, that is, you could do that all day long, and I don't know why St. Mary's didn't do that, especially when they were on the goal line last time.
You've got a great point. The matchup continues at the bottom of our screen. 8:10 to go. St. Mary's on the move. Handoff right side. This is Jordan Cannon, senior running back. As Temple is getting some work in down the field against that corner. Poor number 1, Ben Eck, the junior defensive back.
I got to give it up to
Getting
Ben
buried.
Eck. I got to give it up to him, though. He's getting buried on almost every play, but you know what? It's kind of like the Rudy story in practice. He just keeps getting in there and getting right in his face and going right at him. I don't know if we can see him at the bottom of the screen, but watch. 88 at the bottom of the screen. Throws him to the ground, and he gets back up. He gets knocked down again. It's not stopping Ben Eck from doing his job, which is great.
DC Temple, 6'6", 220. Ben Eck, 5'9", 160. They're going to go back to this matchup. DC Temple looking down the left sideline. Got a man caught inside the 25, down to the 22. They keep going to that matchup. Why not? Leadon's pass on the point. First down, St. Mary's.
And if I'm Orchard Lake St. Mary's, I'm going to continue to do this until you put a third man on him, a second man on him, something else. Because if you don't give Ben Eck help, as much as his effort is there, it's just pure athleticism that he's getting beat by right now. What a great catch.
Bone tight, handoff left side, outside the numbers with a 20 to the 15-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play with 6:40 to go. St. Mary's with some momentum, despite down by 40.
And watch Cannon on this play, too, number 6 for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. I mean, St. Mary's is down by, 40 points right now, but they're playing like they got something to play for. And if you could watch number 6, Cannon on the outside. Just drive his man, drive his man, drive his man, drive his man, completely out of bounds. That is something you put on tape and send to every college.
That's right.
Timeout. Brother Rice.
6:18 to go. Timeout, Brother Rice. We'll take it with them. 43-3. All Warriors right now. This is the Friday Night Clash presented by Woodward Sports Network.
Carry number 9.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Alex Westfall is your executive producer. My name is Chad Bush. Sam Stick Day to my left on color commentary. Doing a great job, if I must say so.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Always a pleasure to work with you, especially on these Friday nights.
Darn right.
Maybe working together a little more soon coming up too, huh?
Oh, I like teases. Handoff up the middle. Tommy Boss is going to swing forward for a couple as he's wrestled down to the ground. This Brother Rice defense really solid to start the year.
It's a first down.
2 shutouts week 2, week 3, 30 points given up by Catholic Central, but Coach K saying, look, we got on our heels, and that one was tough to stop.
Yeah.
It'll be good to get a restart.
From the Brother Rice 13.
You know what I would like? I would like to have an ISO cam just on DC Temple and Eck going at it on every single play. It has been the battle of the game to watch.
I think Alex Westfall can work that out for you. 5.5 left. That battle continues. Layden looking right, in trouble, throws it up and over the head of Nesson, who was breaking into the corner of the end zone. But he threw it away that time, lives to see another day, and it's a clock still rolling.
Yeah, it was a good play, too. A nice little wheel route. They faked that it was just going to be a quick little out. But he...
2nd and 10.
Oh, yeah, we just noticed it. It is a
rolling
continuously
clock.
running clock.
My goodness, good point, good observation.
Not used to that
like
around
the clock
here.
is stopped.
Right.
The clock is rolling, I
It's an
mean.
incomplete
it should stop.
pass.
Yeah, that's right. The old mercy rule.
Yep.
So St. Mary's trying to stop that. Meath wide right. DC Temple double covered wide left. In the bone. Leading back to pass. Fade right. Looking up for Meath. And is it caught? Touchdown Eaglets! The senior Ben Meath in the north corner of the end zone. Touchdown St. Mary's.
And we've seen Ben Meath do this before when it was a Harper Woods game that we were calling. He went up and over a couple defenders in the end zone. You know, you focus a lot on DC Temple because you should, and then you get Ben Meath on the other side with his athleticism. And, of course, poor Ben Eck is over there.
He says, what the heck?
Yeah, he's like, leave me alone, guys.
St. Mary's will go for 2. It was a 13-yard touchdown pass from Leadon to Meath. St. Mary's going for 2 here, down 43-9, 4:35 to go in a running clock. Dump pass left side. Cannon is in for the 2-point conversion. So 43-11. Clock is now going to stop. No running clock. And St. Mary's is into the black end zone for the first time tonight.
You know what's going to be interesting, Chad? If that 2-point conversion they went when they were up by 30 points, if that comes into play later on in this game.
Yep. Take a note of that.
Yeah, St. Mary's down 32 right now.
It was an 11-play drive, 85 yards. It took 7 minutes and 24 seconds. Remember, that's a running clock. 2-point conversion is good by Cannon after the 13-point pass, or 13-yard pass. And how about Cannon? He's played with some determination here in the second half.
Yeah, you saw it on that block over here on the sideline, just driving his man. He plays with intensity. He comes into the game, he's ready to hit people, and you love that about Cannon.
2 proud programs, Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Brother Rice. 35th battle all time. And both teams in Division 3. Boy, Division 3's tough. You got Detroit King, which most think's the best team in the state, regardless of class. You got Brother Rice, you've got St. Mary's, you've got DeWitt, and you've got maybe the best complete class in the state despite being Division 3. That one's booted into the end zone. And here comes Brother Rice, whose offense seems to have been sitting on the sidelines for 7 minutes and 36 seconds.
And the halftime, though.
Yeah.
So you throw all that in there, you know, on a cold night, sometimes the muscles start to get a little tight. But we'll see what Brother Rice has coming out here. If they come out and score and punch St. Mary's right back in the mouth, that'll pretty much seal the game.
George Porritt, 276 wins, 89 losses in his career. 32 years as the head coach, is 35th overall.
What a great name, Vegas. Let's go.
Your birthday's coming up.
Yes, it is.
Turn 40 years young next week.
I thought we were going to mention the number, Chad, but okay.
Handoff. the 20. Down inside the 20 to the 18. Oh boy, somebody's running with authority and a purpose.
Delay a game against St. Mary's.
Okay.
What happened to get that call? Because the official in the middle of the field threw that flag about 30 yards.
Was it unsportsmanlike conduct? Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, tough to tell. Well,
wait, are they? Because that's a post-play foul. They should get the first down.
Back to pass, looking deep, looking for Bohannon, and it is off the fingertips. Well defended, too. That was a good football play right that time by the corner. And that was Jaden Johnson step for step with a senior receiver.
I don't mind fighting with both players. I don't want to see a penalty either way on that play. You know, obviously off the fingertips, you want to catch that ball. But it's just good football play. You described it perfectly.
So that brings us to 2nd and 10, 2:33 left. This half started with a running clock. Gouged up. And here's Mr. Lee's team. Handoff left side. Bounced outside by Mr. Moss, and he's down with a negative play. Play. Double force. And that's the next play. It's not by only 14. One of the Packers. Fourth and 11. Down by 32. And punt formation, by the way. You never know what might happen.
Right?
And it is indeed a punt. It's a pretty good one. And no, that's off the helmet of Carlson. And late flags coming. And Carlson with some words. It was a chippy game Sunday with CC and Brother Rice, the boys you might expect. There were some suspensions that came from that with some extracurriculars. Last thing either team wants is for this thing to get out of hand. Not that it has yet.
I think he was trying to time it up for a big hit, and he got there literally a split second before the ball did.
Yep, and so this will be another interference penalty. This happened, of course, on Brother Rice when St. Mary's was back for their punt. It moves it up 15 yards from the original spot.
Yeah, every yard's important right now.
Hit off the helmet of Bohannon. So that play should be dead. Look, it was touch. And it it's almost the play should be dead. It's touch. Interesting call. Mark Bojai has been the story of this game along with Woodward. They combined for over 300 yards. A slant route that's caught by Carlson. Interception. He was looking for Savi Bowman, the two-sport star, and Goljai makes his first mistake of the night, and the Eaglet defense takes advantage.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that was a mistake on Goljai. The wide receiver never turned around. Bowman just never turned around on his route.
Yeah, he was going to block.
Yeah.
You're right, that's on the receiver. And anytime you have a first-year starter, we haven't seen Goljai even make a blemish yet. There we see it. He is human. 91 seconds left in the third quarter. St. Mary's gets it back. Let's see if they can go for a quick strike. Mode, and he throws and somehow completes it. The boss down the left sideline. What was that?
Pass was complete to Tommy Voss.
Second time tonight we've seen Layden use his feet to get loose and find a receiver for a little bit of love.
That's one, if you're the coach, you're like, no. Okay, yes, go. There's no play to be made here, and he's extended several plays tonight. I mean, he's getting thrown to the ground. For him to get that ball off is incredible. But we saw it work the other way earlier, too, when through the interception.
Backyard ball in Wolverine Lake. Like
Yes.
when you used to, in the dirt, Claire Miller Park, say, hey, you go left and then cut right. Handoff up the middle. Boston. And
Yes. Heck, put him on his butt on that play after the but literally almost every play was going after. I wanted that ice. And Eck got the leverage. That was not going to get another play off.
final play is big time statement tonight at Orchard Lake. We're back on the Friday Night Clash Week 6 battle presented by Woodward Sports.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Welcome back to the Friday Night Clash. Sam Stick Day. Handoff left side, Nesson.
32. The St. Mary student section still alive. What's your name?
Vincent Cowger.
And what are we about to do right now? Because this is one of my favorite things we do at high school football games.
About to do the roller coaster.
All right, here we go. Let's get this live.
All right, strap in.
We got strap in. Here we go.
Nesson, the ball carrier. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8.
Yes. Rowing at St. Mary's is a thing.
Let's go, Brother Rice.
Oh, get out of here, Joey.
Had
to, he says.
2nd and 8, throw into the end zone, incomplete. That was Meath working against
Pass was intended
the
for
Brother
Meath.
Rice
Incomplete.
defender,
There is a flag on
Ethan
the play.
Swider. The flag down. Thank you, Joey. Reminder.
What does Joey do between his breaks? I just feel like he's down there just having the time of his life.
Listen,
been working with this guy for 30 years. I just met him this year. You tell me, what is he doing down there?
Just being Joey.
Okay.
There's only one Joey, and nobody can do what he does.
You never know what he's doing down there.
What is he
doing? You don't know what he's doing down there. What is she doing back there?
Right.
3rd and 8 from the 13. St. Mary's, 4-down territory, no doubt. And they're trying to find something here. Layton's been solid. 138 yards and a touchdown and a pick. 3rd and 8. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Layton, no pressure. Now has pressure. Steps up, flicks it forward, and it's picked off. Flipped it ahead, and it's intercepted by Brother Rice. And that is picked off by number 44, Paulie Fortino, 2-year starter.
And, you know, it's bitten him twice, and it's worked out once. So those aren't really the ratio that I want when I'm doing these types of passes. But this was just kind of a once again, he's going down. He's just trying to make something happen. And I understand that. You're down 32 points. You need to make something happen.
Yeah.
But
we'll try to see. Stick, was he trying to throw it, do you think, or,
yes.
or was it forced out? Okay.
No, to me it looked like he was
We'll get a look at the
trying to throw
replay
it.
here,
Yeah.
hopefully, and get a chance to see what happened. Nonetheless, it's a solid play by Fortino. Get a quick look at the replay. And what happened here? Is it an underhand, maybe flip pass,
Yeah, he
like
was
a
just
Brett
getting taken to
Favre?
the ground, and you know, just
Yeah.
they took all the momentum out of his.
Legal motion against the
So you look
Warriors.
ahead
It's a
at
foul, 5-yard
what's
roll
ahead for
call.
both these teams. Brother Rice
Second and
will play
17.
Chicago Christ the King next week before Traverse City Central and Country Day. There are 3 games left on their schedule. It's the Battle of Lotzer. Up the middle, and this is that the freshman, Vegas Say?
Yes.
What do you say? The freshman
Say the
has
ball
some yards.
carrier.
You look at St. Mary's and what they have ahead.
Remick on the stop.
Catholic Central next week. We'll get an update on
3rd and
Catholic Central
15
and De
for
La
the
Salle.
Warriors.
And then Mentor Lake Catholic. Eaglets taking their show on the road to the Buckeye State. Hope they don't get too dirty down there.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Nope, speed.
3rd and 15. Handoff up the middle and nothing home. Great convergence by that defensive front by St. Mary's. Defense that hasn't had a ton to cheer about tonight. Teichner in the middle of it, and now a late flag. And let's see what we have here.
And then another flag, so it looks like these are going to just be
Software
offsetting
lost. There
after
are
the
2
play.
flags on the play.
Unless they're both on Brother Rice. The first one was definitely on Rice. The second one, I don't know if it was St. Mary's or not.
Mm-hmm.
But you like that out of the Brother Rice lineman. Honestly, you know, his running back got hit a little bit extra on the ground. The lineman came over to have his back. And that's the type of thing you want to see, complete team. You want to see your big lineman have the backs of everybody.
Yeah.
Discussing it with George Port. It's a good look at Coach GP right there. Sean Klaus looming in the background.
De La Salle hosting Catholic Central at Tom Adams Field in Detroit. We'll get that score update in a moment. We're still waiting for the call officially.
Unsportsmanlike on Brother Rice. And unsportsmanlike on St. Mary's. Penalties offset. Boys will be boys. Let's play some football.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
That's one of my favorite things about football. Honestly, it really is.
Unsportsmanlike conduct
Get a
on both
replay
teams
on the
offsetting.
extracurriculars.
Yeah, so if you watch the tackle, a little bit of extra. St. Mary's leaders come over and protect them. So it's just, like I said, boys will be boys. Let's play football.
Yes, sir. We got a scoring update from down the road. Clarkston and West Bloomfield are now tied. And so with 3 minutes left, that's a tie game.
Oh, wow.
Catholic Central and De La Salle we'll get to momentarily. We Rochester. 25-15 lead.
All right, well, Brother Rice, 4th down, 15 yards.
4th and 15 for the Warriors.
Same punt return here, get some momentum back going. I mean, there's 9 minutes left, 30. It's not undoable, but it's getting to that point. It's not really likely. Oh, this is an awkward punt.
It
fire.
Fire. It's going to be down to the 39-yard line. A short field for St. Mary's, 9:22 to go. We do have an update.
At the 39-yard line of the Warriors.
De La Salle.
Will have it 1st and 10.
The last update we have from Detroit, we had a 10-7 De La Salle lead at halftime.
And for everyone wondering why I was yelling fire there, anytime a punt's short like that and the blockers are downfield, you don't really know where the ball is going to land, and you just want everybody to get away with it, because if it nicks the St. Mary's player, it's a live ball. Brother Rice can get to it, so you yell fire and everybody runs to the sidelines.
Yeah. By the way, I want to hear what your bet is. I don't think I ever heard what you and Joey wagered. There's a throw right side hitch to Meath, and he's tackled immediately. Solid open field tackle by Ethan Swider, who has a touchdown tonight on a fumble return.
I don't want to talk about this bet.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's okay.
I'm going to do my best to avoid this bet at this point.
Okay. I didn't know it was that bad.
No,
we got a lot to do.
It's not bad. It's
just not something we say over air.
No, we can share it over air. I will be
right.
on Woodward Avenue, 15 Mile and Woodward, in my boxers on Monday.
No way.
Yeah.
Like, who chooses the boxers?
Well, it's my underwear. I get to wear whatever I want.
But doesn't Joey get to dictate what kind of boxers?
No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No.
All
No,
right.
me getting in my boxers is enough. That's enough. He didn't get to dictate anything else.
Okay. The throw deep, lead-in looking end zone, and Temple couldn't haul it in. That would have been a heck of a snatch.
He tried the one-arm grab.
Yep.
We got to keep that ball in play and give him a chance, because he could bring it down. You just got to throw it high to him. Like, if you ever played Madden, you want to press up when you're throwing the ball to him, so it just always goes over his head. High snap, nice rollout. I like how they're buying him time with the rollout. But yeah, this ball, if it's inbounds, this is a lot more catchable ball.
Yeah. DC Temple tonight, 4 rocks for 80 yards. He had 160 last week. Handoff up the middle, Tommy Boss. And Tommy's got a first down.
Right at it.
We got a flag down, and we've got 2 eaglets on one. Brother Rice, and that's poor Mr. Eck down there getting two-timed by the 2 big tight ends. Oh, boy. Pick on somebody your own size.
So I wonder what they're calling on that. But once again, I told you, just watch that matchup all night long. They have been going at it. Unsportsmanlike.
It's on St. Mary's, and that's it. Oh, are they going to get
double unsportsmanlike?
So they're getting both players for St. Mary's, and it's a 30-yard penalty? Or do they just give them one?
Sportsmanlike conduct penalty was called.
No, you just get one. And that's, as the coach, you get to decide who you put it on. So I'll decline that one, but DC, I'll give you a penalty.
Call was after the play.
And Ben Meath has walked over to the stands, and I don't know if he's been ejected from this game or not.
2 unsportsmanlike, so it's a 30-yard walk-off.
It's a 30-yard penalty.
Oh, wow.
I didn't think I was right either, to be fair. I really didn't.
I didn't think you could tag on two penalties.
Yeah.
You usually have to pick. But maybe
It's a
because
tough
they're
one.
dead ball unsportsmanlikes.
You got to do something a lot worse than that for a 30-yard penalty.
Did get a first down,
If I'm getting a
so it'll be
30-yard
first
penalty,
and
there might be a
10
helmet coming off.
from their own 42.
So 8:26 to go. It's first and forever. It's actually a post. It's 1st and 10. It's actually a post penalty. So which is nice. So they got that going for them.
Yeah, they got that going for them.
4 wide receivers for Orchard Lake. The junior leading in the shotgun with his team down big to Brother Rice, who's owned this night. And that pass is short, and that's too bad because St. Mary's had him beat.
Yeah, Crockett got behind his defender. He was wide open. If he would have been able to catch that, he's taking it to the house. All he had to do was keep it in play.
Yep.
You know, those little things that have just been biting St. Mary's all game long. Yeah, this was a wide open. It was a great play call. You see he's well beyond. I mean, he's 5-6 yards beyond his defender, and just the ball couldn't get there.
You know whose fault that was? Ryan Irvin, the Brother Rice guy. He beat Rounds badly on that play and got in there and forced Layden just to throw that thing up. He'll try it again here on 2nd and 10. Going to try the same play. Got the same result. This time it's caught and dropped. Oh, my goodness. Tyler Crockett had nothing but red turf and black end zone ahead of him. And that is just a microcosm of what we've seen tonight.
That's just got to be heartbreaking for him. And you love what St. Mary's did there. Hey, it worked. It was open. Let's go back to it and execute the play. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better pass. It hit him right in the numbers, right in the chest. But the problem there is he tried to catch with his chest instead of catching with his hands, and that's why they teach you. You know, if you put your pinkies together so the ball can't get through if it's down low. You put your thumbs together if it's up high, and you don't want it to bounce off your shoulder pads like that.
No, sir. So, 3rd and 10. Mr. Leadon will go right side again. DC Temple, and he drops it. That would have been a first down. And there's a serious case of the dropsies going around Orchard Lake. Watch out.
For Temple is incomplete.
4th and 10, and it's punting time for St. Mary's.
Yeah, it's got to be a frustrating night for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. I mean, they've been dropping kickoffs, they've been dropping passes, they've been getting the ball kicked off of them on kickoffs. It's just, you know, the quarterback's been under duress trying to make plays, thrown a couple interceptions. I mean, Brother Rice has forced the action tonight, and they got to feel really good about themselves coming out of here.
They should. St. Mary's will force the offsides. It'll be 4th and 5, and will George Porritt change his mind now with a shorter field?
I mean, why wouldn't you?
5-yard penalty. It'll be 4th and 5 for Orchard Lake.
Yeah, he has. He's sending his offense back out on the field.
Why not? 4th and 5, and yes. That game is still 10-7, by the way. There was a big blocked kick, though, by De La Salle with just under 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter to keep it a 10-7 game. Catholic Central was going in for a field goal, assumingly.
4th and 5 for the Eaglets.
That game could be for the Central Division. 4th and 5, big play for St. Mary's. In the shotgun, Braden rolling right, got a man DC. Temple caught for a first down at the 45, and now a late flag as Eck is getting into it again.
I like Eck. I like him a lot.
Eck.
Yeah.
There is a flag on the play.
He's a fighter.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do. You're the undersized man in the fight, and, you know, it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog, and that boy's got some fight in him.
Benjamin Eck, Jr.
He's won me over tonight.
Yep.
Personal foul against the Warriors.
Brother Rice has overcome the loss of their starting quarterback, Hunter Palanke, went down last week in the 3rd play from scrimmage as we get another look at this. 4th down conversion.
Now, all he had to do was let him go and end the play there. But after the play, these two have been going at it nonstop. And he continued it 5 yards, and DC just kind of swats him away.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. But I love it, man. What a pit bull that kid is.
Yep. 7:59 to go in the 4th. St. Mary's keeps their drive along. It's been Brother Rice's night. Come on back, won't you? This is the Preps coverage of the Friday Night Clash.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Well, the best team all time at Brother Rice just might be their 1974 team. About 13 Division I players on that squad. They also had another 5 or 6 play Division II, Division III. And that team was led by Kevin Collins, Carl Goebel,
The Goebel brothers,
Matt
baby.
Morrell, Rock
Eagles.
Rote, Kurt Griffin, Kevin Hart, Casey Ryan, Don Hendricks. I mean, these guys went, high major. By the way, Dan McLean was on that team, the current coach and AD at Country Day. But that 1974
Toss
football
on the
team at
carry.
Brother Rice, they feel was their best all time. That was their first state championship
Gain of 5 on the play.
in the playoffs.
2nd and 5 for the Eaglets.
But was a mythical state champion. What do you see here?
I see Tommy Voss trying to get to the outside, and I thought he could get there too and pick up a lot of yards, but he decided to cut it back in and, take on the defense. He did that, and he picked up a first down, or he picked up about 5 yards there, so bringing up 2nd and 5.
Yes, sir. Late scramble to get on for Brother Rice, and I think they've got too many men on the field, and this
Flag
will
on
be
the
an
play.
automatic first down for St. Mary's, as it was expected to be a 2nd and 5. You look at George Porritt, and where does he rank
Legal
amongst
substitution
his
against
peers
the Warriors
in the
is
Central
the call.
Division that have since retired? You look at Fracassa, who retired in 2013. He coached 45 years at Rice, had
5-yard
10 titles.
walk-off. It's a first down.
You look at
First
Tom
and
Mack at
10
CC.
Eaglets.
He has 10 titles, retired.
Brother Rice 22.
And he had, I believe, 44 years. Don't quote me on that. George Port's going to leave here at 32 years. 13 years less than Al Fracassa, and with 7 titles. There's a throw left side, looking for DC Temple against Eck. Passes up, and he can't haul it in. And credit Mr. Eck again for the heck of a battle he's putting up.
He's
with
a
DC.
gnat. He's a gnat. He's just a
Pass was
pest, an
intended to
annoyance,
Temple,
and
didn't
I
do.
love that about him. Like, look what DC's running him by him. He's heads and shoulders bigger than him, but this kid all game long has been fighting against one of the premier tight ends in the entire state.
One-on-one, by the way. They put him on an island.
Yeah.
I mean, that is respect and trust. Coach K, that's doesn't say much clearer. I trust this guy. I like him.
Yeah, a couple times they've rolled double coverage over there, but most nights it's just been him,
That's
like
true.
you said.
Handoff again in the backfield. This is Nesson. And Nesson has stopped the line of scrimmage. But back to the point, if people have asked, well, where does Port rank? Well, I mean, he coached 12 less years. So if you look at it and you break it down, and I'm a nerd, so I did.
He did the ratios.
Yeah. Tom Mack won a title every 4.1 years. Coach Fracassa every 4.4, and George Porritt every 4.5.
So, I mean,
they're in there.
Yeah.
The percentages are minuscule, but George Porritt ranks.
And we've been talking about him all night, too. With the concentration being on DC, you got to roll some coverage, and you got to roll your offense to
middle of the field.
Yeah, to the middle of the field, and that was a great catch. He's been going up and over defenders all night long. We thought he got kicked out of the game on the personal fouls. But
Yeah, he came over to the crowd. I thought he told his mom he was done. He
yeah,
came
I
back
think he was just dapping up his little brother. Like, you see me put that kid down out there? Yeah, I got a penalty, but I still put him down.
So St. Mary's will go for 2, down 43-17 with 5:55 left. Pitch right side, Cannon, 2-point conversion is good. 43-19 now. And so you do the math. St. Mary's is down by 24 points with 5:55 left. They're down 4 scores.
And no, they're down 3.
3 scores, I'm sorry.
But that's what I was talking about
2
earlier.
points.
Yeah, so because they went for 2 when they were up by so much and missed it.
How about that card?
Now, like I said, it comes into play because now 8 points is 24. So you're still 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions away. But the math works out because you wanted to go for 2 so early when you were up by so much. That's why I never understand going for 2 unless you need it.
Right.
Like, you didn't need it, so why even risk it? Take the point and move on.
I can understand sometimes late in games going for 2. You want to work on your 2-point plays. But this was in the first half.
And you were up by 30.
And you were up by 30, right. Well,
Who knows? You never know. And the onside kick could happen here, too. Who knows? Brother Rice is ready for it. They know.
They're playing for it.
And we'll see what they do. Kirk to boot it left to right, and he's going to kick it into the end zone, or try. Brother Rice will haul this thing in at the 5. And the return up across the 30 to the 35-yard line, and a healthy gain. That is Brother Rice special teams. That time, Cole Lacanaria, a starting wide receiver most of the year, and a guy who's battled some injuries. This guy's a good one.
Yeah, and that's a tough return because his momentum was carrying him backwards when he caught the football, and he was able to plant his foot and still get momentum going upfield, which turned out to be a really good return. I thought he had a chance to break it.
Yep. 5:48 to go. And what is a beautiful football night. On the road. Harper Woods a couple of scores against an electric offense. And then Loyola, and 49 to LaSalle, and now 40. Mary's defense getting beat on things that can recover from.
That's a question they're going to have to ask.
Yeah, maybe an unfair question.
I wish I had the answer to that. You know, to your point that you brought up that Frank Janos was out tonight. He's been their lead defensive coordinator for however long George Porter has been here, pretty much.
Yep.
And, you know, anytime you lose that type of influence, it's going to affect the game.
Yeah, agree. Mark Langell tonight. Brave, like you and I.
Yes.
St. Mary's grad of 2000.
It's very strange that all three of those things we have in common.
4th and 7, and Brother Rice is going to go for this thing and throw an incompletion. Well, they had it set up beautifully with MHSAA all alone, and on 4th down, they hand the ball over to St. Mary's in plus territory at the 40 of Rice. What do you make of that?
I mean, the only thing I can make of that is they've been aggressive all night. Why stop now? You know, even when they were up 30, up 40, they were still throwing bombs and trying to get the big play. So they had St. Mary's right where they wanted them. All they had to do was execute, and that was going to be a first down, if not a touchdown.
Sure. Pressure by number 31, Luke Corvala, the senior. So St. Mary's gets it back, 4:18 to go at the 40-yard line. 4 wide receivers, Meath and Temple to the right, Bohennick and Coates to the left. Handoff right up the middle. Watch out. Antoine Thomas has the 30, has the 25, gets near the sideline to the 20 and out of bounds. There he is, the freshman phenom, Antoine Thomas. And
Antoine
the spark plug
Thomas, the ball carrier.
gets 20 on first down.
St. Mary's is like, you're going to bring in your freshman running back? You know what we're going to do?
Runs out of
We're going to bring in our
bounds
freshman
at
running
the
back.
Brother Rice
And what I
20-yard
love about this
line.
freshman running back is
That
he was
carry
heady
was
enough to
good
get
for
out of
Eagles.
bounds.
First down, first
I like
and 10,
that,
St.
too.
Mary's from the Rice 20.
Slow getting off the field is Rice. First and 10 from the 20. Leading, looking left. Nothing home. Looking right and throws it out of bounds. And we get a flag on the play late in the secondary, and I think this is going on Rice.
This was intended for Ben Meath, is incomplete. There is a flag on the play.
The Rice defender looks pretty confused on why he was called for that penalty, I got to be honest.
Yep.
And I didn't see much there
Pass
either for a pass
interference
interference.
against the Warriors is the
We'll
call.
get another look. It's against Swider. Swider working against Meath on the right side.
That was going to be a tough ball to catch regardless, but I mean, a little bit of push in the
Result
back,
of the
I guess.
penalty, the Eagles have it first and goal
Ticky-tack,
from the Warrior
as I would
10-yard
say.
line.
Yeah, it's tough. Anytime you extend the arms and they see those elbows locked, that's when the flag comes out.
So St. Mary's was supposed to get the ball with about 4 minutes left. They might score the ball with just over 4 minutes left. They're going to pitch it right side. This is Cannon. Cannon down inside the 5, down to the 3. Clock keeps rolling. And with 4 minutes left, there's no time to waste if you're St. Mary's. There's got to be a little more urgency on offense.
Jordan Cannon, the ball carrier.
And Cannon is such an incredibly
Nevis made the
hard runner.
tackle.
Look at how he finishes every run, puts his shoulder
Carried
down,
it
and great
to
blocking on the outside by
4-yard
22.
line. Second and goal for the Eaglets.
So here we go. 3:40 left. Second and 4 from the right hash. Lead in under center, turns, hands off. It's Cannon, and Cannon gets a couple down to the 2. 3:30 left, and
Give us
again,
to
clock
Cannon.
running.
Moritas on the stop.
Yeah, the clock is still running.
Third and goal
and
for the Eaglets.
That's the blessing and the curse of Orchard Lake St. Mary's is they've always had a solid run game, and you're thinking, you know what, I could pick up 3 yards here. I should be able to pick up 3 yards here. And when you don't, it costs you 40 seconds.
Yeah. Handoff left side. It's Nesson, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Eaglets.
Zane Nesson.
Zane
carries it in
Nesson,
for an
touchdown,
Eagle
St.
touchdown.
Mary's. Here comes the 2-point conversion with 3 minutes left.
And now things get interesting. If they convert this, now Brother Rice has to be like, okay, we got to convert at least one first down to kind of seal this game. If we don't, this is a trouble. This is a thing. You don't want a thing to become a major thing.
All right. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun for Leadon. He's rolling right. He's looking right. Looking end zone. Got the 2-point conversion.
No,
and then
dropped it.
dropped by who else? Mr. Eck making trouble in that secondary. And he gets the ball low and swats it away from DC Temple.
Yeah.
What do you teach the big man when he gets the ball in basketball?
You know what? In the NFL, that may have been a completed pass because he had possession, kicked down, then it got knocked out. But either way, it's no good. Here's St. Mary's scoring in the second half. This was right coming out of the second half. Nice touchdown to Meath. Good catch.
Big 6'4" target. Then you look at the interception. Nice play by Carlson. Eaglets come right back here, stick, and getting in the end zone.
Yeah, another big catch by Meath coming up over the middle, just high pointing the ball over those men. You can see St. Mary's definitely has the size.
We have another touchdown in Midtown Detroit, partner.
Uh-oh. Who we got?
Warren De La Salle has put one of the proverbial nails in the coffin. They now lead 17-7-yard touchdown run by Will Beasley with 2:48 to go. They lead 17-7. That's all but over down in Detroit. 3 minutes left here. And it's an 18-point game. St. Mary's almost getting that extra point. One extra point. And it's a pooch back to Lacanaria, who takes a seat at the 21.
St. Mary's kick is.
That was Charlie D'Angelo. That's the grandson
at the Brother Rice 21-yard line
of Joe D'Angelo, former head coach
Warriors
of
take
Country
over
Day
First and 10.
and former head coach at Cranbrook.
So, with 2:59 left and just one timeout, St. Mary's will be hoping and praying for a turnover and down 3 possessions. Hey. The reality is this thing's all but over, but hey, look, crazier things have happened, and you know St. Mary's isn't going to lay down.
Well, listen, right before the half, St. Mary's had the ball with 7 seconds left, and we thought they were just going to kneel it. They fumbled. The fumble got returned. So anything's possible. But Brother Rice, for all intents and purposes, if they play smart and just get down with the ball, it should be a pretty easy way to end the game.
They get down with it here. Gain of 0.
You'll take that.
Stop made up front by Vaughn Slimak, who's playing tonight. He's missed the entire year, and a good story.
Slimak on the stop.
As Slimak is
2nd and 10.
back, and it's good to see the senior linebacker back out there in these new uniforms.
I love the black uniforms for St. Mary's, and they're kind of an homage to, I believe, your uniforms, too. Didn't they have the stripes on the shoulders?
Yeah, a little bit. Yes, they did. Black pants.
Did you have the red, white, and blues, too? Was that?
I did. My freshman year, in fact, I have one of those jerseys.
Nice.
Freshman and, actually, freshman, sophomore, and junior years.
Nice.
Handoff right side,
wow,
and
what a hit.
What a hit is right. My goodness.
Yeah, Tyler Crockett came from a safety position and tracked it for about 20 yards and laid the wood.
To Mr. Say.
Crockett and Ogle on the stop.
In this game tonight, Brother Rice.
Timeout, Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
354 yards of offense. Most of that was in the first half. St. Mary's with 267, most of that in the second half. But you take a look at score, and Brother Rice was up by 40 at halftime, and you certainly you play a little more lax, but you happy with the way St. Mary's has come back in the second half?
I mean, they showed fight. You know, happy? I don't know. I don't think anything about this game would make anybody from the St. Mary's sideline happy. But you do like that they came out, they showed fight. We saw, DC fighting all game long with his buddy Eck. I hope they become friends after this game, because that's normally what happens. And then, of course, you've seen just a good, Cannon blocking people out of bounds, intensity. So you like that, but obviously down 40 is just too tough to overcome.
Yep. St. Mary's is out of timeouts with 2:07 left in a frozen clock. And it's a 3rd down and 7 for Brother Rice.
Ooh.
They've got a hole, and they've got a short of the first down. They're short by a yard, and it will be 4th and a yard from their own 31.
Tommy Labruzzi had a block on this one. Look at number 25 for Rice. Peel back right there.
Crackbacker.
Oof. Those hurt.
Yes, they do.
Those hurt.
Solid tackle by the Eaglets' senior Crockett. It looks like they're going to go for this thing on 4th and 1 from their own 31.
Why not? Seal the game. I mean, minute 30 left. At this point, there's a lot that has to go wrong for them to lose.
Yep. St. Mary's can't stop the clock.
Someone's calling for the trap.
Watch the hard count as well.
Oh, they almost had him too.
Yep. It is the trap. It's up the middle, and it is a 1st down, and that will end the game. Essentially.
Yes, sir.
1st down carry. That'll move the chains. And, Week 6 is about to come to a close.
Bury the ball carrier.
We've got an exciting Week 7 announcement coming up on Sunday night.
Yes, we do.
The Friday night clash doesn't ever slow down. And we've got a big decision looming this weekend. But how about Brother Rice closing this win out the way that they've done it all night with just some power, clean plays?
Power, aggressiveness, feistiness. You've seen it all game. Even their undersized guys have been fighting all the game long. Just a great game for Brother Rice from the first snap to that kneel down right there. Great game for Brother Rice.
LaBar got the 1st down. The players will shake hands. All class here. And St. Mary's and Brother Rice, the 35th battle all time goes to Brother Rice, and George Port's final game against the Warriors
today's game, we will have a trophy
will
presentation.
not end like the first time he played them in a victory. Your final score tonight, Brother Rice 43, Orchard Lake St. Mary's 25. We're coming right back with a postgame. Put a bow on this show right after this. This is the Week 6 coverage of the Friday Night Clash presented by Woodward Sports.
43, St. Mary's.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
As the voice of Michigan student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports are supposed to be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
so that interscholastic athletes may thrive.
We believe athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe students in the stands should have fun,
but not take the focus away from the game.
We believe coaches should act as teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and be supportive of their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports,
and respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game!
Today I'm going to tell you about sportsmanship because it's important. Treat your opponents the way you would want to be treated. My mom says that. Listen to the referees. It's their job. Be nice to their team and our team. Cheer them on. Always play fair. It's the right thing to do. It's sportsmanship. It's not that hard.
Man! Uh-oh! Carmen's falling behind. Let's give her the hiss of shame.
Don't ride the bike of shame. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. Join today for just $10 a month.
(43-25) your final score tonight. Brother Rice wins to go to 4-2 on the year. St. Mary's loses to go to 4-2 on the year. These two teams got off to a quick start. One-sided battle in the first half. Brother Rice came out, took a 43-3 lead. That was all they would need. Second half, though, we saw some scoring by St. Mary's. They didn't lay down. Perhaps they get some things going, but the statement made by Brother Rice.
Yeah, Brother Rice came out. They established themselves early. They did exactly what we said they needed to do. They got their young quarterback, young senior quarterback. They got him in a rhythm. They were able to get him his first touchdown on a screen pass, and then they just rode Ray the rest of the way to get there. And the constant first play touchdowns it just really blew it for St. Mary's. But here's some of the highlights of the game of the second half. You have Meath going up for the touchdown, way over his men. Our friend Eck, who I've become a big fan of this game. And then Brother Rice with the interception here. Wide receiver never even turned around to look at the ball, giving St. Mary's at least a little bit of hope going through. And then back to the old faithful. Meath over the middle, up over the defender, the long arms. Easy touchdown, St. Mary's. At that point, you thought, okay, things are kind of working out for them. They had this running touchdown, and
nested in there.
Yeah, the running clock, I think, kind of worked against them.
Yeah.
If that running clock isn't there in the third quarter, maybe they got about 4 or 5 more minutes left in this game to work at the lead a little bit. But obviously, Brother Rice just dominant through the game, and pretty much their stats didn't change in the second half, and they didn't need to.
Yeah.
198 rushing, 152 passing, 11 first downs, 4 penalties for 59 yards, 2 for 5 on third downs, and 1 turnover for Rice. And then you look at the other side for St. Mary's, only 69 yards rushing, and that's exactly what we highlighted for St. Mary's at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Pound the rock. 69 yards is not indicative of pounding the rock.
No, sir. Orchard Lake St. Mary's gets 2 touchdowns in the second half from Meath. And Layden combines in this game to throw for 160 yards, 12 of 28 with 2 interceptions and 3 touchdowns. Meanwhile, the story of the game was Goljai. He was 8 of 15 for a interception, but 3 touchdown passes. He came out, set the tempo early along with Ray. They ran all over St. Mary's. They threw all over them. St. Mary's just could not stop the first play, as Rice would score 3 straight first-play touchdowns in 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and then they scored a first-play touchdown on defense with
That's
the fumble. So, I mean, quick strikes, and, we're literally counting 4 touchdowns there, and that's a lot of points real quick, 28 points real quick.
Yeah.
Tough to give that up and expect to win.
So these 2 Central Division clubs now go to 4-2, and they look ahead. St. Mary's, as we mentioned, will take their show on the road to Novi Detroit Catholic Central. Catholic Central lost tonight. It is a final 17-7. De La Salle beats the Shamrocks down in Detroit. Meanwhile, Brother Rice, with some momentum, will take on Chicago Christ the King next week. And we have a flex game, and we are undecided. We've got so many games to decide amongst. We're going to wait on it, and we'll have that announcement out Sunday, late Sunday night for the Sunday night special. And, partner, we look forward to that. It's been a very clear statement by Brother Rice after their loss, an impressive bounce-back win. They went 30-7. Coach K had them ready on a short week without their starting quarterback. Can't say enough about the way Brother Rice was prepared tonight to take on St. Mary's and really outmanned them in every position.
Yeah, and I guess the question now is, where do you see these teams going forward? Because, St. Mary's have lost 2 games in a row now. Yeah. Next week's got to be a big bounce-back game for them to kind of get back on the horse and gain some momentum before you get into the playoffs. And for Brother Rice, you stubbed your toe last week, but this week you are feeling good. Like, you're walking into school Monday, you're wearing your jersey, and it's not even game day. You're ready to go. This is a proud moment for this program. Obviously, the rivalry between them, 17 losses to 17 losses coming in, and now to hold that just slight edge over St. Mary's after all these years, it has to feel good.
Yeah, it sure does. And Brother Rice has now won 5 of the last 6 against the Eaglets. That'll do it for our coverage tonight. Want to thank our wonderful crew for all their hard work, led by our executive producer, Alex Westfall. My name is Chad Bush. For my partner, Sam Stick Day, and for Joey Namamu, I want to say thank you so much for watching the Friday Night Clash from Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Once again, your final score tonight, Orchard Lake St. Mary's falls. Brother Rice wins it 43-25. And we will talk to you next week from a place unknown. We'll have that announcement Sunday night. Thanks so much for watching. Good night, everybody.